Yahoo!
Fuck you!
Hello, friends. How are you? Jolly Mauled? That was... I ran out to get, you know, snack and stuff before I actually sat down and started. And my mom was like, oh, I have your stream open. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. She's like, comfy, rainy, whatever, and you're listening to 200 stab wounds? Pretty based, not gonna lie. Why's your name different? I think Twitch is just shitting itself today. Because a lot of people's names have gone, gray/black. Just randomly. And then like 10 minutes later it'll go back to normal. And then immediately break again. So. I don't know what the deal is, but... it's a thing. Alright, let me... this is the wrong scene, but... don't need those. We love Twitch. Oops. So, I want to watch the Steve videos, but I also have a couple other things I... stop talking. Want to watch as well. And then we get to do RuneScape. You guys love RuneScape. See? It's... it's back again. Whatever. Alright, let me do this. That. Still red for you? It's black on my screen. That's cool. Red's a cool color. I like red. Is mine different? Red for me. Red on screen. No? Whack.
Hi folks, my name is Adam and I like to make tiny nerdy things, and I grew up watching Sesame Street. In fact, it's probably how I learned to do a speaking so good.
Also, yeah, times two, etc.,
etc. Daily business, which got me thinking, what would it be like if they could climb out of the TV to join us? Of course, as soon as I had that thought, I remembered that girl from The Ring who climbs out of your TV and murders you a little bit, and, well, one thing led to another.
You mean my wife?
You know what I do here, so what do you expect? So all that to say that what started out innocently enough turned into me making Elmo climbing out of a TV with possibly ill intentions. I don't know, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to draw your own conclusion. At this point, I made a temporary floor and wall and sketched a TV onto it so that I could start to build Elmo's body in an appropriately TV-traversing pose. And once I've got said pose sorted out, I can get to work turning this gray clay blob into an adorable red Muppet, starting with his head. As far as sculpting is concerned, I love the Muppets because they're immediately recognizable despite almost no discerning features. After all, Elmo's really just a lump of red fur with a couple eyeballs and a nose, and everyone in the world can identify him immediately. I suppose I am setting myself up for potential failure here by saying he's super easy to sculpt, since if it turns out like utter trash, then I don't really have any good excuses to fall back on, but fortunately half-baked sculptures that only vaguely look like what they're supposed to has kind of become my de facto style, so I should be safe. Otherwise, once I've built up Elmo's body and attached 2 arms and a leg, then mounted on my wall so I can figure out how to position his limbs, I can start to cover them up.
How's the volume, by the way?
I decided to go with the 2/3 out of the TV pose so I can have one hand on the floor supporting his weight while the other hand is reaching towards his unfortunate victim. Speaking of which, once the bodybuilding is done, it's time to make those hands. These start as little balls squished flat into which I can cut some little digits. Some pinching and pulling will shape said digits into fingers, and, well, that's kind of it. These are then ready to be fit onto the forearm stumps, with the left hand splayed on the floor,
Seems fine.
and the right hand reaching forwards. And his foot is an even simpler oblong blob stuck onto his leg. Finally, with foot in place, it's on to the inferring process. Now, over the course of my 4-year tenure as a YouTube sculptor, I've tried a lot of different methods for making fur. Some have been good, and some have been not good. Of course, I never remember how I did them, so every day is a new attempt. I could always go back and rewatch those videos, but I don't know, that feels weird. Like, do you think Taylor Swift ever listens to her own music? Not that I'm comparing myself to Taylor Swift, I just want to say it a couple times so I can put it in the tags and boost my SEO.
Oh,
However,
shit.
before finish, I can add the final finishing touches, which will turn this furry, faceless monster into an immediately recognizable, much-beloved character. And with that, Elmo sculpting is done, so it's time to make a TV. I want to give my TV a backlight to provide some lighting to the scene, so I've got a little sheet of perspex to size, and to build the frame for the TV, I'm going to use this MDF sheet that is the exact same thickness. This isn't important at all, I just think it's a fun coincidence. I was originally going to go with an old-school CRT TV that would give me lots of room to fit the lighting, but I thought it might look a little bit more interesting if Elmo was climbing out of a proper flat screen. So I cut a piece of MDF to size, drilled a couple holes for wiring, then attached a picture of Sesame Street that I found on the internets. I'll then remove the protective layer from the perspex and fit it on top. I also made the frame of the TV off-screen by making a shallow box with a cutout that fits perfectly over the screen, and to add the lighting, I strung together 3 of these noodly LEDs to give me an extra long noodly light that will stretch all the way around the screen. Again, totally coincidentally, the lights are the exact same thickness as the perspex, so a little hot glue will keep them in place around the perimeter, and I can run the wiring through the back of the TV into those pre-drilled holes. Then the back can be press fit into place, and I can test the wiring to see how my TV looks. And it looks pretty good, but it's not quite what I was going for. While it is hella spooky looking, I kinda wish the lights were cool white instead of warm white, and while I don't have any cool white lights, maybe I can fake it. I removed the back and perspex, and using transparent blue ink, I gave all the lights a light dusting of blue in the hopes that it would tone down the warmth of the yellow. It kinda did, and it looks way better on camera, but in person it was too dim and tinged a little too green, so I ended up wiping the blue off. Instead, I'm gonna lean into the yellow, but try and diffuse it even more, which means frosting my perspex. A quick sanding on high grit sandpaper will turn my glossy perspex frosted, and I'll cover the back of the TV in some shiny aluminium tape, which I'm hoping will help to reflect some of the light. I'll then attach another picture to the front of the perspex and put everything back together. The frosted glass will help to diffuse the light more evenly across the surface, lighting up even more of the picture, making it look a little less spooky, but a little bit more like an actual TV. A little gap filler will fill in the gaps around the edge of the TV where the light's bleeding through, and I can smooth it all out with a tiny bit of sandpaper ASMR.
That's the stuff.
Finally, I can attach the TV to a little base. Of course, because I made Elmo reaching down with his left hand, I need to raise the TV up a tiny bit, so I made this little TV bench off camera. With that, the TV and accompanying bench are built and ready for some paint. I'll start by priming everything black. Once both the TV and the bases are black, I'll then base coat the base in brown and add some variation by swiping a couple different shades across the surface, making it look like cheap, fake wooden MDF furniture, which is exactly what it is. As for the TV, it's just going to stay black, but I want it to be a glossy, plasticky black, so I'll blast it with a high-gloss varnish. Otherwise, that's the furniture finish, so it's on to painting Elmo. And in a shocking twist to no one, Elmo gets an all-over base coat in red. I'll then follow this in a series of progressively lighter, progressively more aggressive reds applied everywhere until he's got a nice fluffy red body.
Some chalkboard ASMR.
Black, and I can paint his eyes and nose white, which will make painting his nose yellowy orange a little easier. Finally, using an appropriately sized ball stylus, I can add his little black pupils. I can then finally begin assembling my pieces, starting by gluing the TV to the bench and attaching Elmo to the center of the TV. Now, I found even with the gloss from the varnish, the screen's a bit flat, so I'm going to flood the surface with a thin layer of UV resin, followed by some ripples where Elmo is
Is that the rain I hear?
And while I got the resin out, I may as well goop up his eyeballs. With that, I thought I was finished, but I realized that this little scene fits perfectly on my rotating base, so I decided to make a foam base at the exact same size. This will also give me somewhere to hide the battery pack for the TV, so to lift the base up a bit, I'll wrap a strip of foam around the rim and glue it in place, adding support where needed. I can then fill in the gaps with more gap filler before carving some parallel lines across the top to create some wooden planks, which I'll then texturize using a stiff metal brush. One of my patrons said I should add a shag carpet, and that seemed like a great idea, so I'll mark out the curve of the floor on a thick sheet of cardstock, then cut it to size and paint the top with that nasty brown beige that all shag carpets seem to have. To make the shag carpet shaggy, I figured I could use some static grass, specifically this ugly beigey grass that perfectly matches the base tone I just painted. And to apply said static grass, I'll use my static grass applicator. I'll fill the top with a copious amount of grass, then coat the base in a thick layer of glue, then it's as simple as aggressively shaking the applicator until my arm hurts, and I'm left with a truly beautiful shaggy shag carpet. Now, admittedly, it kinda just looks like a patch of grass or fur, but while it's not good, it is good enough, so I can set this aside to dry while I get to work painting the floor. Now, the floor is exceptionally simple, as I'll just give it a top coat of mahogany so that it looks like mahogany, then I'll paint the rim black. At this point, the carpet is dry enough that I can then attach it to the base with a little hot glue, and I can fit Elmo and his TV in place at the edge of the carpet. All that's left to do then is make a couple of odds and ends to finish this off. Originally, I'd envisioned having a couple of kids on a sofa screaming as Elmo's coming for them, but then I remembered that would involve making a couple of kids in a sofa, and that's literally an entire video's worth of work by itself. Fortunately, another beautiful patron said I could probably just fake it if I had a couple bits and bobs strewn about in front of the TV to imply someone scrambled away just out of frame. So to that end, I made a teeny tiny can of cola that I'll have tipped over just at the edge of the carpet. Also, I'm going to be running the wiring through the base to the battery pack underneath, but instead of having it just awkwardly pass through the floor, I thought maybe I could make a little power strip so it looks like the TV is actually plugged in.
Smart.
I'll then paint the power strip a nice power strip white, and I'll give the can of cola a silver top and bottom, then paint the center red before adding a big white cola logo in the center, since this family is frugal and no name cola tastes the same. A dab of hot glue will hold my can in place, and I made a little TV remote to lay beside it. Finally, I can use this AK interactive puddle goo to create my spilled cola. This stuff will dry hard and glossy like resin, but I don't need to actually mix up the resin, and it's already tinted a nice cola color. Finally, I'll drill a little hole in the back of the base for the TV cable, then run the cable through my power strip and secure the strip in place. To hide the hole and cover the cable, I made a little black plug to fit over the top. Last but not least, I can attach my TV wires to a battery box and glue it to the underside of the base. And with that, we are all done here and onto the glamour shots.
Cool. Yeah, he comes up with some, neat shit. So, Mal, did you watch the Steve videos already? Which, first of all, 4 videos in the same week? Are we back, bros?
As always, a big old thank you to the fine folk over on Patreon, and a special hey how are you to the newest of them: Darken Tides, Ebba DeFelston, Jonathan Wiesner, Dan and Saf for Life, River Stevens, Azriel, Electric Banana Rat, Everett James, Saturn's Rings, Magic Mango 99, Elysia Fields, Nicolaus Thomas, Meg Graham, and Haffing. You are the no-name brand flat screen TV through which this fluffy red muppet of a channel escapes. If you like this video, then share it with every single person you've ever met. Otherwise,
Okay. Which one do we watch first? The Twinkies or the, elbow mac in tomato sauce? It's so weird seeing your name in red. I'm just looking at the, thing you sent me now. But my red is back to, like, default red instead of the dark red. This website stinks. Sounds like dinner choices. I mean, kind of is. Should do, Twinkies.
This is a box of Hostess Twinkies. 10
Hell yeah.
individually wrapped cakes. Net weight, 13.58 ounces, or 385 grams. Golden sponge cake with creamy filling. Check out the nutrition facts. Sugar, water, flour.
I don't like
hydrogenated
Twinkies.
tallow. Let's check it out. Carnage. It's relatively easy to open. The box. There are 3 little fill spots. You can see. It's just like an airy nothing, really. And the filling sort of has like a vanilla flavor. And it just
That was
goes
your
away.
nickname in high school?
So you gotta have another bite right after. Oh wow. Let's see, hold on one sec. 'Cause I'm not really sure.
Jolly's
what the
name is,
exactly I'll figure it out. I just need one more.
Back to normal
I'll do it
color.
This way here.
That's
You
good.
know, that kind of tastes like. Wait. It almost has a. Oh wow. It's not really sweet.
Knockoff ones?
Although there's like.
I mean, yeah, they're
sugar,
fine.
Like 31 grams added of sugar. You do not taste it anywhere. It like almost has a vanilla, but not quite. And then the cream. You'd think that'd be creamier than it really is. It just maybe with this bite. Wait. I took a nap. Anyway, I'm back. Look at this. These things are from like 4 years ago. Yeah, May 30th, 2020.
Hold on.
I took a nap. Maybe with this bite. Wait. I took a nap. Anyway, I'm back. Look at this. These Twinkies are from like 4 years ago. Yeah, May 30th.
That's such a good
2020.
sound clip. I took a nap.
Twinkies from 2002. Got these too. Look at that. Banana Twinkies. 1930s. The original banana filling. Check this out. Maybe 1999. They're like probably 25 years old. We're gonna give those a look. These Twinkies are perfectly fresh with a 45-day shelf life. They used to be only 26 days for their shelf life. These things have been around since April 6, 1930 by Connell Baking Company. It's funny because they've made components and baked goods for military rations. They're using shortbread pans, specifically for strawberry shortbread. Instead, their strawberries are out of season. And they're filling these shortbread pans with a sponge cake with banana filling instead, which during World War II,
Switch your avatar and have the sound playing?
Shortage of them because German U-boats or anything that's going to keep trade lines from
I took it.
going forward
Oh,
like
I
they're
see.
supposed to be. When bananas are coming back through 6 years later or something here, I'm going to eat this. Starting the day off right. They're just so mild.
That'd be pretty
Just
funny,
so
actually.
slight as vanilla and with a sort of satisfying chew. 25-year-old Twinkies. Jimmy Dewar, Hostess bakery manager, created Twinkies in 1930. A St. Louis billboard advertising, Twinkle Toe Shoes sparked the name. A banana shortage created by World War II forced the original banana cream filling to be changed to vanilla. Hostess bakes 500 million Twinkies every year. One cake is 150
Who is
calories,
that?
5 grams of fat,
Admiral,
2 grams
hello.
of saturated, 200 milligrams of
Sorry,
sodium,
I
14 grams of sugar.
can't really read names
1 gram of protein,
right now.
Fiber. Beef fat. That's going to help with flavor. We got others from 2002, Y2K, year 2000, just before they went out and got repurchased and brought
You're
back.
green today?
They're
You're black on
different.
my end.
Oh, look at them. Are they stuck together?
Ew.
Oh, man. Jeez,
I'm
I was
good.
expecting them to look better than this here.
I,
doesn't smell
you know,
bad. It has,
just
like,
hanging out.
a nice smell to them. They're just all stuck together. That's- Ew, what is that? That's like ink.
Ink.
What about this one?
It's just rainy out,
It's
so I
just
want
right
to
off of 'em.
hang with you
Oh,
guys.
kinda rare. Twinkies banana.
Catch up on some
At least there's nothing
videos.
growing in it. I have seen various fungi growing on Twinkies. It all depends on where they were stored and how they kind of desiccated. Y2K special Millennium Package Twinkies. I mean, actually, it says 1999 right here. 1,123,232. I wonder how many are left. You know, like, I mean, there's this box right here, completely unopened. Just definitely not apocalypse food like they say.
You're at work, but not
Yeah,
working? Nice.
Kind of. Oh, jeez. All of them have the same ink issue. It's It's greasy ink. It looks a little bit better. Like it's less
Ew.
oxidized. It's not as dark as that one. Or the banana one, which I think
That's fucking gross,
May
dude.
30th, 2020. Look at those. They aren't looking too swift either. Oh my gosh, these things just desiccate. That one in the center's got a little bit more moisture. It's like the ones at the end of the box, the edges, they're more dried out. That's right, I remember getting these. This is Best Buy 1/7/22. It's like, this is like 2 years, 3 months old. Whoa. They seem like they might be alright. They have some moisture content still. They're kind of dried out though. Ooh, yeah, the ones in the center hold up better. 2002, year 2000, 1998. Before they closed, 2012. Check it out. No label. Look how there's no ink. Maybe they were having issues with that. There's moisture content to these. They are not as desiccated. Dark, oxidized. This is when they came back.
One
2013.
procure expired
Historical,
Twinkies
right here.
from expiredtwinkies.com.
Smudges, look at that. The ink is kind of flawed on these packs, but you see how they didn't do the ink here? I wonder if they were just cutting costs before they went bankrupt. Clearly see how they get darker, like in not that much time. Look at that, an expired Twinkie. It's still probably edible. This one, very much questionable. Look how it dries out. You can see how when the liquid starts to go, that's a
The
couple years
liquid.
old, and there's moisture in the pack. The new one, look at that water. See like the condensation look? Look at how it dries out. Is that liquid or just smudge?
You fully should have known.
Varying
Yeah.
ends. This is great. This is starting to really build up, I'm telling you. I'm wondering. Okay, so there's everything laid out. Not bad. All right, let's get this out on your tray. Nice. Okay, let's first start off by checking out that Twinkie. The freshest one first. No discoloration, no desiccation, no foulness or rancidity.
Rancidity is a good
Now,
band name.
the one from December 2021. Smells like a Twinkie. Smells normal. No rancid
Schneef.
or off smell at all. It's starting to dry out. Has some moisture. Look. A little bit of condensation in the pack. It's its own little ozone layer. Starting to dry out. You can hear that. I mean, listen.
Imagine eating Twinkies and getting paid for it. The
That sticks
dream.
to the tray. This, no sticking. It's really something. It's a finely aged Twinkie. This one over here is like the worst. I'm dreading that thing. 1999, 2000. Doesn't even matter. It's like sodium acid pyrophosphate. Inhibits discoloration. I can only
Oh,
go so far.
fug. That must be Rick and
Yeah,
Morty.
May
Yep.
2020.
Probably could have
Oh,
guessed
it
because of the
smells-
mod
it has, like,
and
slightly
founder
amplified
as well, but
Twinkie smell. It's like a little stronger. It doesn't smell too bad. It's obviously dried out.
everyone's
Texture,
names are
feel
all
of it,
fucked up,
just way less
so.
moisture. And even the smell, it's like a weird freshness. Like that is not fresh, but actually, you know, it's like it smells
What's
more
up, what's
fresh
up?
than these two. It does kind of smell like a cake, but it is definitely showing its wear. Look at that thing. Dried out for the most part. This is the same formula, but it is like 10 or 11 years old. Huh. It actually smells like a Twinkie. Still, it's starting to discolor and oxidize. Very much dried out, but there is some moisture. Just not a lot.
You better take a big old
More
bite
than
of
I
that
would expect.
1998 Twinkie, or so
I can't
help
even
me.
believe how normal this smells considering the age and just how it's not in any. Like, look at this thin wrapper. That is not any kind of protection. If it was in like a tri-laminate packaged, nitrogen flushed. That thing. Also smells.
Refresh your chat and your name is blue again, but everyone else is black still. Yeah.
And then pretty,
I mean, you're still blue for me,
Let's
so.
give it a look. Anyway, here. I just don't want to put my nose near that. That could be a little bit of a growth right there, you know, a little bit of an old mold growth. Look at that weevil. Didn't make it. Whatever that is. Oh, wow.
No, not
Environment.
Weevil.
Hey, you know what? Here, let's put it over there. That's okay. See that hole on that side of the pack? How did I not even notice? Weevils got in there. They found it to be somewhat undesirable, is my guess, because they didn't continue eating it. It's their little home, though. It's kind of sad. I should just put it back in the box. So now, 1998. It smells like
Yours
Twinkie,
started
and
yellow when
not
you got here,
different than
then
a
became
regular one.
black. Everyone's black
Well,
except for
that
Maul.
is 7 for
Now
8
you're
on our
purple?
tray.
What the
We
fuck?
sanitized that section because it had visitors. So we're gonna go for this one. Slightly desiccated and 2 1/4 years old. Boy, oh boy. Smells fine. Wait. It was just the way it bit in. They call it sponge cake. The way it tore was like sponge cake. Oh yeah. Follow-up flavor. There isn't anything all too appealing about that, but it's still technically
Zeus, hello.
It's just, oh my gosh, this is so much less.
Maybe
enjoyable.
blue is just
Unlike
good,
the
because
shoe,
Zeus
where it
is
tore
normal
with the
color.
hole, and there's a little bit of a follow-up flavor that's just try out the new one.
Not gonna eat the one with the
You
bugs.
don't even need
I know.
to chew it. Technically, you would need teeth for this one, and you can freeze dry Twinkies. I mean, really, I don't even want to go for this old one here. It's like this. Here, hold on a sec.
Yeah, they're both blue, and you're back to red for me.
Sugar's a great preservative. Here,
I was in Root
being
stream,
11 years old.
and everyone was
That
going
is
black,
for
and
a
then
store-bought cake to not
everyone
make
with purple
2012.
was changing, and then it was everybody, and then everyone who was purple went back.
Considering,
It's weird.
and it has a unique expired Twinkie smell. That was much more difficult to break open.
Good enough for the bug should be good enough for him. Yeah, exactly.
It has, oh, is that dry, crumbly cake? Oh, wow.
Ew.
It's like, it just looks so normal. It's kind of like,
It's like schmeg, dude.
burger that's lasted out. Some guys kept it. Gosh. No mold. Do Twinkies last forever?
Kind of like perp. You don't really like your normal color? I mean, you can change it.
He's eating a Twinkie. How old is the Twinkie that he's
Probably
eating?
won't
Going for it?
help
It doesn't
now,
matter if
but
this is like your dream food for the very end kind of thing. The only way you're going to ever enjoy a Twinkie on a long-term storage basis is to freeze dry it, removing the
no
liquid
mold
from it to get it desiccated, to fully desiccate. This has moisture. See, oh, like moisture still. That's crumbly. You know, even this one has moisture.
Jesus Christ!
By this point, I think it's dried out. Here, one sec. Here, hold on.
Part of you are allured to be that shit green. It is pretty alluring. That is true.
This one was preserved. It was well stored. This guy got this on his 16th birthday from his teacher, and he decides to save them because they're like sentimental Twinkies. You know, he just probably loved the class and was like, you know, this is something I remember buying. It's like these things last forever anyway. You never know.
Is that the Weevil one?
It does have a little bit of banana flavor to it. Rest of the Twinkie, I'm going to save for display. But these things would look the same for a long time. It's been 2 days. I'm back over here again. Yeah, it's dry.
Not always spoiled stuff, but he'll review,
just like the others.
You know,
it's just spongy.
Old ass MREs. He'll try them sometimes.
Out for a couple days. All that dough conditioner, emulsifier, the calcium sulfate.
Botulism City.
The fact these things don't mold up so easily, and I mean they can. You know, if a pinhole gets in that pack.
Yeah, exactly, Admiral.
It's stored in a hot, moist climate. Nothing but the best. Well, anyway, this is Steve 1989. I hope you liked the video.
I did.
Come back at you with something new.
Or old?
All right, cool. See ya.
See ya. Love that guy. Whoa!
This is the USMRE's menu number 12, elbow macaroni and tomato sauce. It's been around since 2016. Replaced spicy penne pasta. Let's check it out. It's a 2023 date of production. Recovery bar, salted caramel marshmallow crisp. Vegetarian menu.
What is this one? This was from last year, yeah.
Sides. 250 calories. It's a corn syrup rice crisp bar with very.
He did a 1939 one.
Fiber. Look at that. 300 milligrams.
We watched that, not last stream, but
soy protein isolate. So that's the protein.
Last time we watched stuff together.
Macaroni and tomato sauce. A 227 gram main that is 190 calories. Relatively low fat, not very high in protein. Only 5 grams. 34 grams of carbohydrate, 600 milligrams of sodium. It's light.
I'll look for some old shit.
Very simple. It's almost like a applesauce, pretty much. It's hydration. And food, FRH. Chocolate protein drink.
What you sent me?
Getting your protein supplementation between this and the recovery bar. The recovery bar is 10 grams. This is 14. The sodium content. All this stuff so far is great. It's what you're going to need.
Oh yeah, I did.
Half of fat. 280 calories. Beverage bag. Mango peach.
Somebody posted about that.
Bread. No, bread.
And how he, you know, whatever.
230 calories.
And then they posted from like
fiber. 16 grams of fiber in this ration.
You know, the same
and you get strawberry jam.
area.
Not bad.
Someone doing something like fucking 10 times worse.
18 grams of fiber in this ration. You know what that means?
And they were just let go.
There are some guarantees.
It's like, ah, good.
Accessory packet A. You're gonna have one thing here that is, I think, should be in every USMRE, but hey, coffee. Bill's Brew. Creamer, which you want to save for your protein drink. That's crushed red pepper.
Mango peach applesauce.
Mozzarella, the chewing gum, cinnamon, and a 4-gram pack of sugar as well. And iodized salt. Toilet paper. Gotta have it. That's looking pretty good for a single meal. Let's get this out on your tray. Nice. Okay, let's start off by
hell yeah.
heating up that main and some water in the hot beverage bag for some coffee. Oh yeah. Let's do that first.
Where's the cocaine? That's in, the good ones.
Really nice response with FRH. Let's get that in.
Unrelated? Feel cozy, wish you could live off this type of stuff.
Check out that chocolate protein drink powder.
Does have a coziness to it, for sure. You say cocoa powder?
It's like Rocky Road. Almost like a slight, like, chemical chocolate, but then really appealing. It's like a chocolate fudge.
Last night at the cookout, someone brought these cans of Jack and Coke. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh yeah! I saw those before. I haven't seen them in real life, though. So I didn't know if they were, you know, one of those made-up shits. Were they good? Were they actually decent? Cause shit, I'll buy those from now on. Good as hell? Fuck yes.
Icy.
I love me Jack and Coke.
So much better.
Something about having all your decisions made for you sounds nice. True. Less thinking equal good. What are you putting there? Or it was peanut butter into something. Why'd that sound funny?
It smells like a peanut butter brownie. It really does. Like a liquid brownie.
Yeah, I was making some liquid brownies yesterday.
Probably 5 ounces of water for that, and saving a little bit of peanut butter for your sandwich. Do that.
Guy said it's like $10 for a 4-pack, which beats the shit out of getting a single glass of it at the bar for $10. Yeah, wow. Sounds like a good fucking deal. Holy shit.
Recovery bar, salted caramel, marshmallow crisp. There's a silica packet in there, tri-laminate package with a foil pack inside, further ensuring shelf stability. 250 calories. Looks like a double dense Rice Krispie. It just smells accentuated, like a toasted marshmallow air freshener. Look at this thing. Whole wheat, mini bread loaf. Look at this. Wow,
Whoa.
silica packet. Dots. What's that all about anyway? Gotta make it look like it's a loaf of bread. The moisture content is...
What are the
stellar.
dots about?
The fact that this, is shelf stable for a minimum of 3 years, stored at 80 degrees Fahrenheit. To hold its shelf stability, it could last for 10 years if really well stored, cool, dark, dry place. And MREs and shelf stable food, it's going places. It really
Bartender would probably spit in and would have...
toasted caramel, piece of peanut butter too.
And you would have to give him a $15 tip?
And now for the main. And
True.
that is pretty warm.
Industrial
But,
goop.
I mean,
My favorite.
it actually is. This is piping hot. I'm telling you. Freeze dried. Thankfully. It's just normal, Nice normal little cup of coffee. Just what you're gonna need. Okay.
Ooh! You see that? Right at the end there?
It has basil. This is a meal.
Rigamorty,
You can store it.
$16 tip.
Here, get some tomato. This one right here.
Morty.
That
Fuck.
is light. Seems like a very soft macaroni. Let's see. The pasta's not mushy, but
What
it
is
soft.
that?
Fair texture to the tomato. Fantastic tomato paste
Elbow
with
mac
basil
and tomato
prevalent. It is,
sauce.
a flavorful, yet not overly salted. It's like a marinara sauce almost, but no real excessive, if any, usage of modified food starch thickener.
Got you all flustered. I mean, shit.
Disc, this still has some fat, so it does have flavor. It doesn't taste thin.
Oh, Admiral's
Doesn't
back.
taste artificially thickened. That's an art form for shelf-stable tomato-based sauces of any kind.
Supposed to eat it
Just a great
cold?
consistency
No,
and
you
flavor.
heat it up.
Surprisingly so, and
Well,
refreshing.
I guess it
Satisfying
depends
meat.
on the dish. Some
Macaroni
you
has a nice texture.
can eat cold.
Not mushy, but it is soft.
Or they're
Eat it fast,
designed
and you can probably
to-
eat this cold and it'd be reasonably palatable.
See,
Where it lacks in...
I know you didn't leave, but I mean like your color.
in its versatility and giving the caloric allocation to other components in this menu. The tomato does not taste canned, and the bread.
Yeah, sometimes they come with a heater. Sometimes they don't.
The chew, you can eat it real fast if you needed to, and it's easy to eat. It's reasonably palatable. A nice whole wheat loaf. It's normal and actually nutritious with fiber. Let's check this thing out.
I think he used it, didn't he, in this one? I don't remember. I was reading chat.
On its own, very dense, somewhat dry, reasonably sweet, with a nice rice crisp crunch. You have to chew slowly. It has a somewhat sticky chew. Man, toasted caramel. And they're not kidding. By the smell and the flavor of it. Almost like a flavoring that they
How
added in
nutritious
to
are
taste
these?
toasted. Yeah, it's like
I
a
mean, they're
natural
min-maxed
artificial
to be
flavor,
like,
but
you
it's
know,
very effective to be integrated in with this rice
for
crisp
soldiers
a
and
marshmallow
stuff.
Toasted. It's sweet. It's very sweet, very dense, and very
So-
good. Let's see here though. I mean, with the jelly, makes it a little bit.
Shrug?
less thirsty
I don't
looking.
know.
It is dry on its own, very dense, slow chew. Bill's Brew, perfect follow-up. Only 6 ounces for its normal preparation. I went with about 3. Actually,
Sense of
tastes
Sight
like
was
coffee.
overwritten by
Look at
imagining
this.
pretty lady spitting in your drink. You and me both. It's like pudding.
Tastes like a peanut butter chocolate ganache. Thick, rich, and accentuated with chocolate flavor. It's like chocolate syrup. Let's check out this applesauce puree. Very fresh and prevalent mango flavor. Fair water content to it. Only 110 calories, no maltodextrin added. And it seems like it's just a very natural, like a just fruit puree squeeze. Peach, mango. Very sweet. Very notable. Open face PB&J. It's a real morale boost. Strawberry jam. Emulsified peanut butter.
Sexual
That's what this
Tyrannosaurus
Chocolate protein
shirt.
with a reasonable amount
Pretty
of peanut
good.
butter It's like a thick, rich, peanut butter rocky road milkshake. And it's thickened with maltodextrin, which is going to give that nice high glycemic index carbohydrate that is just a quick action insulin spiking. And kind of amazing how it works, but I mean, if you're not active, it could be like kind of rough for you. But if you were an active soldier on the move, something like this can keep you in the game. That is just true food science at its best. Once you understand it and know how to use that beverage base, like how to prepare it and enjoy it in the sense of it'll keep you moving. As for this, peanut butter, toasted marshmallow, Rice Crisp protein bar. Like it's salty, like it really is. It's amazing. It's like a salty dessert bar. The peanut butter goes well with it. You know, this might be the best meal I've had.
Yeah, this is just one
Mango.
course or whatever.
With no maltodextrin added. It's awesome. They were able to keep it light in its caloric content. This bread is a lot better than wheat snack bread. It's normal, once and for all. Which, this is the future of shelf-stable food on a budget. I think it's definitely a step up from the spicy penne.
It's usually 3,
kind of rough on
right?
the stomach, actually. If you're going to try and eat like 2 of them back to
There's
back,
usually a
it's
breakfast,
too much
lunch,
flavor.
and a dinner option.
It's too much. This, nice and light, but flavorful.
But I guess it also depends on if,
crushed
you know,
red pepper. You really don't need it for this thing. I would save this. Put it in your pack. Still got that chewy
whenever
taste.
they have time.
Cinnamon, xylitol sweetened. Give you like a tough jawline. Chewing it. Spicy. Great palate cleanser. And just what you'll need after a top tier menu such as this. Taking the caloric content down for the main allows reallocation for those calories in other components and compensating for the reduction in protein for that main course in other items. And rounding this thing off for protein and fiber at an impressive amount. Well, anyway, this is Steve 1989. I hope you liked the video.
I did.
And I'll be coming back at you with something new. Or old.
Ah.
Cool. See ya.
See ya. Wanna watch one more? I do. What was that one? 1945. 76. 1990. Fiber makes you poop, and that's important? True. Cheeks are impressive? Hold on. I have, some business to attend to. Gotta respond to some, work emails or something. Is this a video? Hold on. Just in case. Mute Chrome. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Cool. Sorry, I had to something work emails. Let me emails. Yeah, everything's closed. Oh yeah, the tubes. $1945 breakfast. Blackfast. Wait, camping? Oh wait, no, I've seen this. This is a good one though.
We're starting the day off right with a Lithuanian dry food ration. Weighs about the same as a USMRE, like 1 pound 12 ounces. USMRE can go down to about 1 pound 5. It depends on the menu. But this is like your heavy
Corone fan?
USMRE in weight. It contains 1,498 calories. That is not bad. These come in 10 separate menus. And this is menu 7. Let's give it a go. Yeah. Okay. So right off the bat, got your little side pack. With your chocolate, jam, and whatnot. This is your menu list. This one has, please have coffee. It has tea. That's not bad.
Please have coffee.
Next best thing to coffee, as long as it's not that chicken broth, we're good. We'll check that out in a sec. Here's the name. And that has your FRH in there too. Fuel tabs, matches.
A keg of Fireball?
SU1 rusks. You get 4
The
of them.
Fiat?
Rations have these, and they come in with 2 packs. Also known as armor sheets or pans or waffles. Basket stove, and some almonds. Alright, so you get a nice dark chocolate bar with no bloom. Awesome. You can feel it because there are 2 bars in there, and if they move around a little bit, they didn't melt. There's your black tea. Let's just grab the rest. Some strawberry jam, a 12-gram pack of sugar, and lemon-flavored instant drink with vitamin C. Not bad. All right, let's get set on your trick. Nice. Okay, let's start off by, actually, let's do a bed stove. What I really like about
I
this
guess this is a
like
tray,
Nesca stove
right?
where you can heat up water, or start a fire and heat up water, and heat up your main, like, all at the same time. It's really nice. It really is. And this is probably not the nicest stove. It's, like, really flimsy and sharp, and you gotta be careful with it. Pretty much like a weird...
The army condom in this package? Well, this one's just the breakfast. So that's probably in the, dinner.
I love measure. Let's pull this out there, set that right in the middle. The old fuel tablets were wrapped.
Who are you gonna fuck, your buddies?
The three of
Yeah.
them together. Now,
Uh-huh.
they are in a little push pack. Like, that's really...
Why else would you
that's
join the army?
Before. Whoa. The matches take some getting used to. You gotta make sure they don't get damp, too. Oops. Almost. There we go. Well, that's eating up.
I wanna go
Let's
camping,
check out that.
fuck.
240 gram main, high-powered FRH right here. This thing always does the trick. That is a very sweet, like a sweet berry smell, and it's just black tea. It's not
I thought this was fucking, like a sauce packet, like sweet and sour or something.
Let that steep a little, and
Was staring longingly at tents in Walmart the other day.
first meal food in the day, dark chocolate. That's starting to be off right.
Shit.
Such high quality and enjoyable chocolate.
Get a couple bros together, some MREs, going to the woods. See melting chocolate.
You're gonna do up some chocolate almonds. I mean, why not? This chocolate's amazing on its own. It really is. It's
This guy's a
nice,
fat
crunchy,
genius.
Snap. Special list.
Nuggy is asleep, minding his own business, so I'm gonna take a picture of him and bother him. I'm gonna post it in
terribly
Discord.
sweet. It's like a light rye, and it's so pleasant. What a beautiful morning. Let's go ahead and check out that tea. That is incredible tea. Just a very smooth, no bitterness, black tea. Still got to chew with your molars, but it softens it up. There's such an odd firmness to the bite on this biscuit. But when you dunk it, it accentuates it almost like a rubber. Like it really is
A
ration
what?
biscuit. It's so like wholesome. You could live off them. They're pretty high in protein. I think that pack has like 8 grams of protein. Here's the thing about this ration. Its menu variation is kind of like slim. 10 menus, but everything's the same with half of it. Even still, these things never seem to get old for what you can do for variation with the components. It's like you can make a bunch of components out of stuff. You really put your mind to it. It's amazing what you can do with this ration. Let's check this out. That main is still heating up a little bit. Oh yeah. Alright, almonds. On their own, they're great. But with chocolate. I want to try and not waste any chocolate. You know, at all, so I'm just going to do it this way.
You know what? I accidentally took
We're gonna
two,
just enjoy some chocolate
so I'll
almond
send two.
dessert while we wait for our main, which is probably ready. Wow, look at that. Dessert first. Gosh, that chocolate melts beautifully. It's awesome. It's like total gourmet field dessert. Who cares if you lose a little chocolate? This is so fun.
To get there with that lady pouring beer. Has some cheeks on her. Yeah, she gets some fat pooper cheeks.
That's nice.
That is
This
true.
bad boy right here. Lemon detergent and very refreshing, as they say. Doesn't sting, you know, no stinging. It does not burn on little cuts, even though it does clean. And the thing isn't super strong, but it's strong enough to not fall apart when you're actually wiping yourself down. It's strong. It's really good. It's not perfect, but it's Lithuanian rations. Gotta love them. Piping hot. Keeps it hot so you enjoy your other stuff for a minute. Oh, and the main is stewed pork with buckwheat porridge.
Oh yeah?
Savory, like onion. That is stewed pork. It's like a slow cooked, stewed, beautifully slow cooked. Let's actually see it. Kind of break that up a little bit. Check out that buckwheat and the nice pieces of carrot. The pork is just bursting with flavor. Slow cooked, and it pulls in all that simple seasoning. And again, just a very light amount of onion, salt, and pepper. It just has to be good quality grain and slow cooked meat. Also good quality, and that's what this is. Very simple. This is perfect for breakfast. It almost tastes like you're having oatmeal or something, but with meat. In this case, you know, buckwheat porridge. Buckwheat porridge on its own, it's kind of like a nice whole grain oatmeal type deal. It's good for you. It'll give you a cool thing.
Yummy
It'll give you
nutrient
that sandwich.
paste.
the quality of this food, and it's healthy.
You will eat the
This is just
paste and you will be
incredible,
happy.
like, mild, savory, and put together with care. Because that's what this is. This is like, Lithuania takes a lot of pride in their food, in their rations. They do. They put a lot of money into this. And they got in on retort pouch tack pretty early. Compared to a lot of countries, they got in like when they really should have. I think every country should have gone full retort. Freeze-dried, retort, canned. What's the best? Retort is the best. Like if you have a good FRH, you can heat it right away. And if the food is like this, look at that piece of onion. Nice clear piece of onion in there. The
Admiral.
has such great texture. It's so palatable and so fresh. Yeah, it will
That'd
last
be,
for 3 years. It's like the best of both worlds. It's built to last, and it's very pure. You know, there's like nothing, no real adulterants to this food. You know, not filled with things you don't know how to pronounce, and you know, long list of ingredients. None of that with the Lithuanian ration. It's just a nice,
You never go full retort.
straightforward, you know what you're dealing with kind of ration. Strawberry jam. See how this look how gelatinous it is. Looks pretty
Gelatinous?
rich. Look how spreadable it is. Is it spreadable? Oh yeah, beautifully spreadable jam. Nice. So phase 2 of the meal. Incredible moment with tasty biscuit out in nature. It's sweet. The caraway seed kind of gets lost in the strawberry jam. It's no big deal. It's a filling ration. I'm going to take the almonds, and they're going to be my on-the-go snack. I don't even think I mentioned what the almonds taste like. They're like raw. I'm telling you, they're either raw or so lightly roasted. Yeah, almost seems raw. Stop for that lemon beverage base with the rest of the almonds. Check this out. This one looks like it was nibbled on by a little chipmunk. Nice. Wow, the almonds are great right now. Not being salted.
Did you already
They're
make
not
the
very good.
chocolate ones? I missed it when I
Oh,
was
this stuff. Could use an anti-caking agent.
looking at the
Look
cat.
moisture got in.
You were the chipmunk? Bro, why would you do that to Steve?
That looks like candy. That's pretty much like what's happening right now.
First his wife,
Try some out. Just
then his neighbor, then the almonds.
I'm gonna save a little bit. Wrap the rest up.
Indirect kiss. Ah.
Wow, that stuff is pretty old school for like a beverage base. There's so much sugar, which is great. It's very like, you know, real. But the mixing process is almost better probably than mixing with hot water. Just look. That is great with chlorinated, purified water. Perfect. Really takes the edge off of that chlorine, and just I think that's what lemon lime is so good at doing. These almonds. Great on the go.
Is this now? I think it's part of the same thing. He's just saving or saved it for later.
Okay, so right off the bat, here's the menu list.
This one
Steamed
dinner?
beef with groats and sauce. Oh, nice. Instant coffee.
On further research, that lady is Canadian. Ah.
Honey. 30 grams. An orange beverage base. It's not hard enough. That's amazing. And this is your coffee. All right.
Never been
Sound
so
good.
proud.
Okay. I had to move it from over there. Decided to bring it a little closer to the fire. I'm cooking some plantains. Okay, so let's first start off by doing up this escort stove.
Famous person from Canada worth being proud of.
All right. That's doing the trick.
The only people from Canada I know are you, Freddie Dredd, Kenny versus Spenny, or Kenny and Spenny.
Okay.
I think that's it. Oh, Alice. I'm probably forgetting a bunch.
Let's set that right there. All that's heating up. You save 2 biscuits for the main because you might need them as your spoon. Ooh,
You got us all? Yeah. Speaking of, I don't even know if you guys know what Kenny versus Spenny is, but the house used in the show is on, available for sale, and I want to buy it, even though it's a shitload.
Everything tastes so much better out here, but that honey usually is crystallized. It's so amber, and
I would
flavor
watch
is
some
really
episodes, but
definitive.
they're, you know,
honey, not overly floral, which is great.
probably not allowed for multiple reasons.
Water's nice and hot. The coffee.
Yeah, they do go pretty hard.
Oh yeah, look at that. Very fine granule. You can tell There's some good quality spray dried. I mean, I don't know if it's good quality, but let me say that. It's probably not bad, really. And it has a nutty smell.
Yeah,
You know
2.5
it's not
mil.
good quality when there's no smell at all.
I am a streamer, though. So I can't afford it. Speaking of,
Okay.
Mald, can we put up the donation goal?
Oh, yeah, it's way too hot.
Should only need, like, what?
Give it a minute.
An hour?
All right. The coffee, let's see if it's still too hot to drink. Probably is. Oh, yeah, just right. I'm telling you, that makes a strong cup. So you can actually add this to, like, 12 ounces, and it's about, like, equal strength to Taster's Choice or Coffee Instant Type 2 Modern, where it's 1.5 grams instead of 2.5. I mean, you know, it does taste like a diner coffee, light roast type deal. I've noticed with this stuff, if you make it too strong, it can almost have a little bit of chemical flavor. And so, like, 6 ounces, that's, like, not enough water. You want to do 8. So the main's ready. Let's see here. These FRHs work like a charm. They would heat it up in the snow, probably.
Drinking coffee at night?
Yeah.
I do that sometimes.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Such nice quality.
Looks like cat food.
There's the meat. There's the
Hey,
grain.
Nuggy, you want some? Oh, he's licking his butthole right now.
Coyotes.
My bad.
You hear them? They're like, we want Lithuanian rations.
Ew, dude.
The groats are slow cooked. And the carrots that are with them. There's onion, salt, black pepper. Nice fat content. Just brings the flavor of the beef out. So far, it's also not overheated. You see how it's like hot, but it's not too hot. I can just really taste it, enjoy it, not burning my mouth, not having to worry about blowing on the food. It's just perfect temperature. Well, those coyotes stopped. Maybe they're heading this way. Gosh, look at the wholesome nature
Monko.
of that beef. Isn't that awesome? I mean, it reminds me of Russian Tushonka. The flavor of this beef is so definitive. It's like slow-cooked, rendered beef. Taste. So incredible. Gosh, the grain. Never a disappointment. These things are just as good as it gets for food. This is a nice big bite. Oh, yeah. Excellent. And I mean, pretty high calorie, too. Calorie dense. I gotta say, this is for like 3-4 pouch flavor. I don't think it gets any better than that. I'm glad I had like 2 little water. I was able to savor this. The flavor is just right. The smell is just right. It's like, man, this is total Lithuanian ration coffee. I mean, I just love it. Look at that moon rising up. The sun's 100% down now. What a night. Beautiful place. Just me and nature. Anyway, let's finish this. Not bad. In about an hour or two, we're gonna take it over to this, and ended up not needing the biscuits, so I'm probably just gonna like nibble on those in between that period of time, just kind of enjoy them.
Flavor of the beef.
All right. Orange bird face. See,
What is it?
oh yeah, that's looking good. You barely see it, but
Oh, you made a command for it?
oh wow, that smells like orange juice.
For like $2.5 million. Please donate.
Mess with it. Yeah. Wow.
Thank you.
All right. So let's take a little risk here. Yeah, chocolate. It's not overly bloomed. It's tempered chocolate. It's good quality. Let's drop one in there. See if we can attempt a double boiler method. Camping. I need a little water there. A tad bit. And while that is potentially doing its thing, let's go ahead and check out the hazelnuts. These are outstanding.
Bingo.
I mean, they really are.
Now, bingo's
It's still
too
working. Am I making a fondue?
too
Or
kind.
Am I making a fondant?
A fondant.
Chocolate. Quite the snap. Dude, check this out. It has a light flavor of fruit. Look at that working. Okay. Hazelnuts and dark chocolate. Can't go wrong. And these are like fresh. Yeah, this orange beverage base. Very light.
Drinks his own pee.
Like a watered down orange juice. Or like tangerine juice almost. It's really not bad. This right here. Wouldn't experience. It's a fantastic ration. It's going to feed you well. Not bad. Well, anyway, this is Steve 1989. I hope you liked the video. Now we come back at you with something new. All right, cool. See ya. Makes sense.
The Funny Brothers. This stuff would be cool to watch on stream. Like, explore with us stuff, but I don't know if that's, you know, allowed. Can I make some more liquid? You just drink all these meals? I mean, I'm sure they could. Is there anything else you guys want to watch? Wait, what is this? Oh. Oh, there was news on a new Capcom versus SNK. I think I'm caught up on... Oh! I forgot. New Jack. This one's short, though. It's a washing machine? Yes. Whoa. I need a minute. You guys will be fine without me, right? Bring me that washing machine. Ah, damn. Washing machines look like this? Shit, I should start using them. For 1 second? Yeah, I think I'm coming down with a cold. Chew! Chew. And done. What is that fear of holes called? Tryptophobia? Something like that? A lot of his, well, any, in quote, creepy sculpture tends up having a bunch of holes like that. Trypophobia? Chief has airbrush alert? Wish you could paint. You love miniatures. Looking at them, at least. Clear resin, hit it with a UV flashlight. Love to see it. Neat. Have I missed other ones? I did. Wait, didn't we watch? Didn't we watch this one last time? This one, actually. Am I scroned? I need another minute. I'll be right back. Any minutes is pretty easy to learn. Lots of YouTube videos to help. Then some techniques to produce good results. Underestimate your laziness and art skills. I feel like that's everybody who paints miniatures. Yeah, couches look like that? What the fuck? Jesus Christ. That damn to make something that doesn't turn you on. Can't do it. True. With his dough? You mean the clay? Cool. Where else do we go? Oh shit, I remember this one. That one's super spooky. Realistic skibbity toilet? I've seen all these. You guys want to watch the Skibbity toilet one? Whoa. Zombie dragon flame pistol? Hold up. I don't remember this. On an urban rescue ranch? I was thinking about it, but I don't know if, you know, some of it is, I mean, I'm sure it's fine. It's, you know, it's on YouTube. I'm sure it's fine. It's not like he shows things dying. Little doggy. You know what? Bring me that dragon. Good? Yeah. Looks good. Tastes great. Crayons? Maybe. I mean, they're basically the same thing, right? Metallic paint does not taste good. So not that silver bit. I don't believe you. Sure, the blue is delightful. Dougie is sleeping with his mouth open. You see his little teeth. I put that one in Discord as well. Alright. What video have you not seen, Rick and Morty? Paint taste? Like a taste test? I could. Any recently? Well, how recent? Because I guess I could just put them all on. Fuck it. I love free content. You don't know? Alright, well. Big Ounce returns. Put this one on.
There's a beaver in my pond. She's still hanging out here. Still a young juvenile beaver. Posted up. Look at that. Mother Nature's camouflage. Who loves me unconditionally. Blood doesn't realize that I'm feeding him. No garbanzo beans. All right, everybody. I'm driving to pick up a baby barred owl that fell out of the nest from the windstorm we got last night. But the priority is going to be to get him back in the nest if possible. If we can't do that, then we're going to just go ahead and feed him until he's fledged. After that, we found the nest in a hollowed out tree in the middle of the property. I was a bit concerned about the neighbor's dog that just hangs out on their property all the time. Yeah, that dog must have just missed him. That's funny. Mother Nature's camouflage. Hey, little fella. And this is a precious little baby barred owl that must have fallen out of the nest during that windstorm. And thankfully, the neighbor had a big ladder, so we were able to get this guy right back up with his sibling. But look how beautiful this baby barred owl is. So obviously, the goal is going to be to get this guy back up in his nest because his mom will take better care of him than I can. But like I said, the goal is always to get him back in the nest.
Debatable. relatable.
Out since this morning, so it's not too bad. It's such a low nest. Normally they're like way up in the trees, super high, hard to find. They don't fall and die. But as a PSA to all you guys, if you do find a little owl or a hawk that falls out of the nest, the best thing you can do is put it back up in the nest like we're doing right here. But all right, everybody, here he is. There's 2 of them in here. This is their little nest. It's not the most sheltered from the rain, but the mom is still in the area and she's still hanging out here, so these little guys should be fine in here. Look how stupid these boys look. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, they look so dumb.
All right, there it is. Successful return to the nest. It's a good thing his neighbor had this ladder. Well, that was fun. Would it have been cool to get him back to the house and take care of him? Yes. But it's way better for that little fella to be in there and get taken care of by the mom. Landowner went ahead and set up a camera on his porch, and if it falls back down, we'll just take him into the rehab. And over the next few weeks, he gave me updates. This is the mother. She kept returning and feeding them, and eventually they grew up and flew away. And here's one of the little guys in the tree. But all right, everybody, look at this little fella just standing here posted up. I got all these minnows from the gas station. One of them is still in his bag. I poured them out at the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and pour these out here in the wetland filter. Garbanzo beans, I'm sure, gonna go crazy over these. This little guy's tweaking out because he's looking for his mom right now. Come on, buddy. Here you go, Garbanzo bean. Oh, he already caught one. Look at that. Wow, Garbanzo bean. Enrichment. I'm gonna put these last few in here so these big boys can eat them. Oh, it looks like that gar already got one. Look at that, you guys. The gar's swimming around with one in his mouth. But I really want to establish a healthy population of minnows in here so that all these guys can hunt. But first I need to clean out the wetland filter. Oh, Garbanzo beans. Ah! But now with all these plants in here, these minnows have all kinds of places to hide.
Minnows from a gas station? Texas do be different.
Right now. And this precious mama and her baby are doing very well. We'll go ahead and open this up so they can get in and out easily. But look how sweet this little fella is. Oh, the baby's been chilling over here. Even if I yell at this guy and go, wooga, 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 and mess around with him, he's still gonna keep trying to attack me. And it's fun because he's got a neat little personality, but it's not fun because it's the most annoying thing in the world.
Can you even think about what these guys say when you watch in times 2 speed? You've become too old. I watch everything in times 2 speed, so I'm probably just used to it. Here, I'll watch normal.
A friend to be in here with him. So we'll either be rehoming him to another sanctuary,
just a habit,
or getting him a friend to be with him in here. But this is what the office is looking like nowadays. It's still kind of messy, but Nathan Matei is coming back to give us a ton of cabinets. Womp womp, this video's old and we already did it. Also, we got this big commercial sink, which is huge. These doves are both old and doing well. Blood doesn't realize that I'm feeding him. Thankfully, it doesn't hurt whenever you get talented by these guys. Come on, buddy, just eat the pinky. Baby screech owls are kind of clumsy when they're young, but these guys are by far my favorite raptors and my favorite little animals to take care of in general because they're so easy. Hey, 2 more, come on, 2 more. Oh, all right,
jelly
fella,
beans.
1 more. There you go. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and let him get some shut eye.
Oh, he's sleepy.
Just that meat. And I'm gonna go ahead and close
Watch
this
a Geo Wizard? I don't know who that is
anymore. But even when raptors are purposefully imprinted, specifically for things like falconry, they'll still end up just abandoning
the dog would say yummy.
Took care of them for like 5 years. And most of you probably don't know this, but all falconers eventually release their animals. Also, this guy is now essentially weaned because his crop is full of this pelleted food. Now he is drinking. As you can see, he's drinking now because I put his little face in there. Oh, I can film through the mesh, but sometimes I have to just put his face in the water so he'll actually drink. He is a white-winged dove, and this Inca dove is about ready to go back to the wild because it is completely full-grown, even though they're about the same size. All of these possums are doing well, even though they destroy their enclosures the second I clean them. And these 3 amigos are developing and doing very well as well. Look at that one just taking a nap. These guys are eating a mix of kibble, raccoon milk replacer, and water. For them, I'm going to do the same thing because raccoons do imprint on people, and that's a lot worse than a raptor doing it. We also have a lot of leafy greens in here going to waste, so I just went ahead and brought them in here for this little fella to eat.
Oh shit.
I'm also going to go to the river in a second to get a bunch of those cord grasses again for these guys and the nutria. And every night I take my Shlubu into the barn to be with his dog friend. And Queen loves Boo Boo most of all, but sometimes she plays a little too hard with him.
Your dad had a pet raccoon? That's so sweet.
They're basically treating him the same way they treat any little puppy that I bring them. But Boo Boo does like to eat the dog food, so I have to keep this away from him. The nighttime I just put the food up. And I feed the rats in here. Oh, you know, see what I mean? He's eating the stuff on the floor even. Oh my goodness, look at them. Bravo. After that, I caught this fish for Beal,
pet
so
moose.
he could catch an alligator
Jesus.
guy. Yeah, there's one of the drum that I put in here. And the wetland is doing really well. Hopefully Garbanzo
we crazy over here?
Stung. But take a look at this, you guys. Most of the honeybees, for some reason, are coming into this.
Not a house moose? Oh.
This is where all the honeybees go whenever they want to get a little sip of water. And Garbanzo beans doesn't care about them one
Granddad had a monkey. Don't know how he got a monkey. Oh, you know, the monkey store.
Because it's been 4 months, so I'm sure he's pretty rusty. But as you guys can see, his wound is completely healed now, and he can officially go back and swim. So today we're going to be clearing all the animals out and letting this guy swim in the pond for the first time. But all right, everybody, it was nice to have the beaver here for a little bit. But it's time for him to go to a different facility where a woman that we know specializes in beavers. And ideally, he should come back here where he's
Dude,
from
that shirt is so sick.
According to her,
What the fuck?
Wild, he's still apparently a little bit too young to just be put back in the wild. First, I'm going to put this guy over in this little pond.
Look at this little guy.
Young to just be put back in the wild. First, I'm going to...
My dude's just hanging. Little bobber.
Put this guy over in this little pond so that he can get his sea legs and get used to swimming. But all right, everybody, the water's a little bit low because we do have a leak in here, so we're gonna have to get that fixed. But this will be this beaver's first time swimming in any kind of water that is deeper than 6 inches. But I'm letting him swim around in here first instead of that other pond, A, so that he can get the
He's so
little
cute.
poo-poos off him, and B, so that he can get comfortable swimming before we put him in some deeper water. The reason why I didn't have him in here the whole time is because we have some treated wood in here that if left alone, he'd probably start to chew on. And we don't need this precious little baby getting sick from chewing on treated wood. I don't know if you guys remember this, but he also used to have a pretty bad limp, and that's healed up pretty well so far. Oh, and he's already starting to eat. Obviously, I want the plants to be healthy here, but this little guy can eat whatever he wants because he deserves it. There's a beaver in my pond. It looks like he's really interested in the waterfall. And don't forget to like this video for one free Skibbity Slicer. But when Fish and Garrett
A Skibbity Slicer?
plant all of this vegetation, a lot of it didn't take, so now it's all just
Has this
food
guy
for
not get bitten by
little
these
fella.
animals?
Look how precious this looks. But if you guys are new or if you don't remember,
I mean, I'm sure he
beaver that
does.
came in with an arrow in his neck, so we took it to All Things Wild for an x-ray, and they went ahead and treated him for the next 2 to 3
got a fried egg
months
on his back.
every day. Obviously, he's a lot more used to people now because for the last 2 to 3 months, this
Almost
little
killed the
guy's
dog.
been getting his
Yeah, beavers can
bandages
fuck things
changed
up.
out on a daily basis. And he
But
also couldn't get the back
I guess
of
it
his
depends
neck
on, you
wet.
know,
And because Garbanzo Beans is
how big it
clearly
is, etc.
domestic, we don't want him interacting with this little beaver. Oh, he just kind of disappeared for a second. Who would have thought that one day we'd have a pond that's nice enough to accommodate all of this life?
Garbanzo's trying to
Especially
fuck him.
considering how this used to just be a dump. There were 400 tires over there.
Free
And
egg.
400 gallons of spent motor oil
Not
in
wild.
this exact
I mean, he's a
location. Now,
rehabber,
there's a happy
so
little beaver here that would have died
he
a
releases
sad,
them back to the
slow
wild.
infection death, just
But yeah, sometimes they
relaxing in a waterfall.
can't
Look
be,
at that, you guys. That's that white drum that
released.
we put in here, and that's a white bass right there. And now he's just nibbling on that stick again. All he wants to do is just mate. Nothing like my precious son Boo Boo, who loves me
I love Boo Boo.
unconditionally, and at least for the time being has never tried to mate with me so far. All he does is just sit here,
So
be
far.
cute, and eat grass. But look, you guys, he's eating my weed. Now he's eating the stick. Oh, look, he just took it. So Boo Boo's just licking me nonstop. But look at how he's eating all the leaves off the stick like a little shish kebab. This is how
Yeah, Boo Boo's
the
biting his
beaver
time.
do. The Cappies used to do the same thing when they were little. Oh, but there he goes, swimming off to the waterfall again. While he's hanging out here, I'm gonna go ahead and get some chores done in this little area. But I'll leave some carrots and sweet potatoes over there for him to munch on. But look at how beautiful this little creature is. And also, we planted all of this underwater vegetation in here, and it all seems to be doing pretty well. Wow, look at that, you guys. Also, normally this water is a lot more clear. But what's the point of having a nice pond like this if you can't use it to help rehabilitate an injured beaver? They sure do love their sweet potato. But thank you to Greg Whitstock, the pond guy, and Aquascape for doing this. You guys did an amazing job with this pond, and we're putting it to good use. So thank you guys very much. There's a happy little beaver eating sticks in my pond. Even Boo Boo's kind of annoying though, because he likes to eat my hair sometimes. But you can see he's pruning himself right now with his little castor oil. You see how he's grabbing it from that little gland down there and putting it all over his body? And I can smell that
I do the
oil
same thing.
all over my hands from holding him earlier. But look at this little fella just covering himself with that oil. But look at those big scars on his tail, you guys. That's from other beavers in the wild. I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy in his restricted mobility enclosure until we can bring him to the other rehab. We're gonna
Look at
bring
him.
him there on Sunday. But look how sweet and friendly he is now. He could just eat right in front of me. Look at that though, you guys. Look at this beautiful, beautiful animal. And he is still a young juvenile beaver. And even though he trusts us enough to eat in front of us, he's still gonna be able to go back to the wild. And he needs to be around other beavers. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him back in this enclosure. And on Sunday, we're gonna take him to, I forget the name of the rescue. Furry Frenzy Rescue. They're an amazing facility that's specialized for beaver rehabilitation. They also do deer, and they also are a huge dog rescue. So if you guys are looking to adopt a dog, please check them out. And that's where he's gonna be with his new litter mate. And we obviously wanna keep him separated from the domestics because this is a wildlife rehabilitation center. It's not some kind of Fortnite. Obviously, the goal of the rehab is to keep these guys separate from other domestic animals. That's why you don't see videos of me socializing the squirrels or possums with poggers or anything stupid like that. But this little guy still has his water. He has plenty of food in here. And I'm refilling this water because he does poop in it. But this is the safest place that we can put him in without having to worry about him chewing on treated wood. Look at my dog, Boob. And now that that beaver's inside, I'm going to go ahead and let this little creature out. And I had to lock him away because I didn't want him attacking the beaver. And I edited this whole video on my iPhone with this cringe creature on my lap. And also, you guys, I got a little surprise for you, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Ooh, almost forgot to tell you.
Get us the grave. That was my name.
Weird. What was that one? Oh, this one. How to catch and cook baby beaver.
Just got this baby beaver. That's a big fat chunky boy. We got milk replacer for everything here with a pellet in its chest. I'm gonna quit being a rehabber. But the baby will probably grab him. Boo boo, be careful. Big Ounce? Good morning, everybody. I'm here all
I miss
by
Big Ounce,
myself on
fuck.
the weekend, so right now I'm going ahead and feeding everything and changing out all the enclosures. And most of that's boring, so I don't film it, but I do film this because I love watching this little guy eat. And I assume that you guys love watching it as well, because look at how cute this creature is. And I'm using this phone to cover my face so he doesn't see me and get attached. All right, everybody. Somebody just gave me a large dead rabbit. Another rehabber came by. But look at my precious Noodle, you guys. He's so sweet.
I recommended this channel a lot,
Hello there,
but you never
Noodle.
watched.
Would you like
I
to
love this
eat?
guy.
Trigger warning. If you don't want to see a humanely euthanized rabbit getting eaten by a snake, don't worry, Noodle. It's
I'm sure it's
already
fine.
Humanely euthanized. But all right, I just spot cleaned this enclosure.
They're kissing.
And I went ahead and moved him in here. I would not want to be a medium to large rodent in the water with this little fella, regardless of how cute he is. And look at those little heat pits he has, you guys. Wow, what a beautiful little animal. Oh, I missed it, but he must have taken it all the way back to his little
Down in
den.
Australia or what?
Oh,
What is he?
really going
He's in
at it
Texas.
there, and he's still dragging him back. But all right, everybody, checking up on this whistling duck that got shot
They're,
with a pellet
farmed for
gun.
meat
This is
and
the
shit in
X-ray the
Texas,
Society gave
'cause
me. This
Texas
what
is
the little
cringe.
fella looks like. He's still able to walk around.
Yeah, they
It's
love
easy
each
to see
other.
Whether or not this guy can just go right back to the wild, or if he can't fly, or what. He doesn't look super healthy right now. I could put him in a bigger flight pen later, but for now I'm just trying to see how healthy he is. So in addition to this water, he has this watermelon and all of this little kibble. I'm gonna keep an eye on him from outside, see if he's eating and being healthy. If he is, I'm just gonna go ahead and take him out back to the wild. All right, everybody, I'm in Waco, Texas, and we just got this baby beaver. Someone called me about him yesterday real late at night, and I didn't see the call till today. Literally the one time I put my phone away because all you guys found the number and started spamming it with calls, so I literally just put it away, and then we had a baby beaver that's dying right now. But all right, everybody, here's the baby beaver. You never want to feed a cold animal, especially a precious little cold baby like this, who barely has his eyes open. So we need to get him food as soon as possible. He's probably hypoglycemic. I can feel from his mouth that it was a little bit cold. We also have all of these raccoon babies in here. The Sky has been doing an amazing job of taking care of. And thankfully, Amanda over at All Things Wild was randomly in town and was here to help us. All right, everybody, I'm at Orscheln, which is called Baumgars now. They got bought out. We are getting this dextrose solution for the little beaver. Oh, perfect. But looks like this little beaver fella is doing much better, thanks to Amanda, who's been cuddling with him for the last hour and a half. And I got this little domestic duck from Baumgars. This is probably a baby coyuga. I'm gonna go ahead and put him with these guys to teach them how to eat, because they are not touching their food. Even though he's a bit bigger than them, they're about the same size. Normally, you're not supposed to mix domestic ducks with the other wild animals, but I will do it if we need them to learn how to eat, or if the domestics can save their lives. Eventually, this little guy's gonna start nibbling on this stuff, and then they're gonna see him doing that, and then they're gonna copy him. These were all brought in together, and this one is clearly a mix between a domestic duck and some other form of mallard. This is clearly, you can tell from the little spot right there, a wild mallard duck. Look at this chubby little boy. Wow, it's already working, you guys. Literally worked, you guys. Look at that. He's eating the kibble, and that's all you have to do. So if you are in a position where you have to rescue little baby wild ducklings and they're not eating, you can always get one of these guys from Tractor Supply if they're available. This baby beaver was found by a fisherman at Lake Waco after the huge flood came in. He called the game warden, and the game warden referred him to me, but I didn't see the message. So please be respectful of our rehab number, you guys, so more animals don't die. All right, everybody, we just took his temperature, and he's back to normal. We gave him a lot of
He's snoozing.
Pedialyte, so we're gonna go ahead and let him rest here for a second. As soon as he's been stable in here for a little bit, we're gonna give him some dextrose and then some food. Bro is
Sure
just
you need that
standing in
knowledge?
the food.
I
Hey, you
mean,
don't be
you
standing
never
in
know.
your food if you don't send this to your mom and give me your dad's email address. But he's in there teaching them how to eat. And this little precious fella is eating in this nice.
I don't know, but if you find out, let me know, Admiral.
Here. He's gotten plenty of electrolytes. Now we just need to keep an eye on him and make sure he makes it through the night. But all right, everybody, I'm still giving him little tiny bits of Pedialyte in here, and he is actually drinking it, and he's peeing a little bit too. But look at this precious little tail, you guys. He's so Perfect. And if he doesn't make it, I'm gonna quit being a rehabber. Oh, he is peeing. That's good. He's peeing.
Gross.
At this age, it's fine to go ahead and kiss them, because if I don't do this, he will probably just die. There's a certain age where they're too young to not kiss, you guys. They need lots of constant attention and body heat, especially when they're in critical care and they're this young. This would be like if a dehydrated human toddler came into the hospital. But look at that precious little beaver tail, you guys. As if things couldn't get any crazier, we also got this black belly whistling duck with a pellet in its chest. But the folks at the Humane Society said that he's stable and should be okay here. This is a black belly whistling duck, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put him out here. Okay, we're just gonna leave him in here for a little bit. I'm gonna let him gather his bearings. He's obviously very confused. Hopefully we can get him back to where he was before. There's way too much going on today, and then everybody left me, and now I'm here by myself with all these animals. But we've got like 6 ducks, 2 beavers, 50 possums, a ton of squirrels. We just released 5 rabbits, which is nice. An eastern screech owl. And this place is finally starting to look neat and organized. We are going to build a bunch of new shelves here. And like I said, Nathan Matei,
You get pretty
the Matei
attached.
Farms
Yeah.
YouTube channel helped us out.
Me
Go
too.
Subscribe to him and tell him thank you. These are the squirrels that didn't.
And he
make
always
the cut
says,
to go outside 'cause
it's
they're
a,
little
you know,
too small. And this
huge
guy
part
is
of this,
standing up
so.
now, you guys, look at that. Praise God. I've been asking literally all of my friends to pray for this little creature. I really
Content so
want
fast, he
this
cuts
little fella to
every
make
5
it.
seconds.
This is our
Yeah.
first ever baby
Well, I think it's only because he
beaver. I'm trying to
well,
show
it's
him as
because
much
he only
love
has
as
time to
possible
get,
so that he can
you know,
feel comfortable and so he doesn't
short
get
clips,
stressed out.
and then he just
Look
puts
who
it all
just
together
took
throughout
his
the day.
whole dextrose dose. This little fella just took his whole dextrose dose and he ate the
I
rest
don't
of his
know.
Pedialyte. And now his blood sugar should go up. I'm gonna go ahead and warm up some milk replacer.
He's so
As you
cute.
guys can see, we got milk replacer for everything here, even cougars and bears. I'm gonna warm up this beaver milk replacer. All right, everybody, this beaver weighs 464 pounds. That's a big fat chunky boy. He's getting a lot more comfortable with me now, but he's real skinny, and who knows how long he's been separated from his mom. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him this. Oh, and he's a lot more active now that we gave him the dextrose. He's scratching. But we've been getting record flooding here in Waco, and we actually got another baby beaver recently for this guy. Also, look at how all these butterflies just attack this watermelon. They're literally just eating the watermelon. That's crazy. It's Butterfly City over here.
Butterflies drink pee and blood.
These for our beaver friends in the nutria, and also this is where I released that raccoon, as you guys can see. And look at this, there's a lot of raccoon poop all over the ground.
It's actually mine.
So it looks like our little friend has been hanging out here, or at least he probably has some other friends that he met up with.
Maybe you're a butterfly?
And
I mean, shit, that checks the boxes, right?
It does look relatively fresh, and I told you guys that there's all kinds of fish and things for them to hunt in here. That was the best possible place I could think of to release a little raccoon like that. All right, everybody, this is our adorable little baby beaver. His eyes are barely even open. He was dehydrated. He's doing a lot better now. I'm putting him in this nice warm
He's in the poop bucket.
Nice hot warm-ish water here so that this little guy can swim. These little guys need to be in water in order to poop, or else they won't be able to. So their mothers at this age will
Just
take
like
them
mold.
2 times at least per day out to the water so they can swim around, poop and pee a little bit. But as you guys can see, he just took his little bath, and look at this precious little
Maybe
tail.
you're a
It's
beaver.
3 inches long. I sat like this for 2 hours. Look at this thing. That's also why I didn't post until a month later, now that I know he's doing okay. But all right, he just took his little poopies. Later on tonight, I'll
beaver
go ahead and
fly.
give him some more milk replacer. But it looks like he's a lot
Yeah,
more alert. and
exactly.
But this is just an infant beaver, you guys. He must have been born only a couple days ago. Look how little that thing is. Oh my goodness, look at this little tibbit. But this little guy's doing much better now, you guys, and he's moving around and sleeping. This is by far the most precious animal we have ever had here at the Urban Rescue Branch, and I will do everything in my power to keep this creature alive. Oh my goodness. But at this age, these guys actually need to have their little tummies scratched and be cuddled with. This is exactly what their mother would be doing to them in the wild. But all right, everybody, as you can see, this little fella is finally latching to the teat, is drinking his little milk replacer. I also put a little bit of dextrose in here for him. He's still a little
Cute.
baby with his eyes closed. He needs lots of cuddles and kisses, or else he's going to die. You need to cuddle and kiss them when they're this young, you guys. Everyone says, oh, no, you're not supposed to kiss wild animals. You're not supposed to do it. Well, this is a part of the rehabilitation process. When they are this young, they need to be loved and kissed. But as you guys can see, I've been listening to his heart and his lungs, and they both seem fine. Hasn't aspirated or anything yet. See, he trusts me a lot now, and he smells and sounds beautiful. They smell like that castor oil. Now this
Schneef.
baby screech owl is my second favorite animal that we have here. He's still doing very well and he's eating like crazy now. But pretty soon we're gonna move this guy outside or to another rehab with more baby screech owls. Eat it a baby. And I close this up so he doesn't imprint. But like I said before, every falconer with a 4+ year bond with their falcons eventually has to release them to the wild, and they do just fine. But wow, take a look at this, everybody. I had no idea this thing filled up with water so quickly. And it's actually still full a month later. That's how much rain we've been getting here in Waco. And at least once every couple nights, I make sure to give these guys plenty of kangaroo food. And the cappies need to eat their food. Otherwise, these guys won't get the amount of nutrients that they need. There's a lot of minerals and other good things in this feed that these guys need. It can't just simply be gotten through the ground here. But for the most part, there's more than enough forage.
The pan
out
over
here for
to
these
the
guys
baby.
to at least survive for a very, very long time. And I hardly need to feed them at all. Goose moment.
Hear that
And
noise?
as you guys can see, this goose is very happy here. And they've all learned to share from the same trough, which is crazy. This is what I was saying, you guys. The baby no longer tries to scratch them anymore. They all just share from the same trough. And they eat the same food. Even Boo Boo can eat that food, and it's very good for him. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and leave these boys be. No, Boo Boo, be careful. Boo Boo, be careful. He's mean. And thankfully, these guys are safe behind this fencing from these rhea and ostriches. And Boo Boo loves everyone because everyone loves Boo Boo. And the cappies are a little bit curious about Boo Boo, but they don't seem to be mean to him at all. But I've never seen them try to attack him or hurt him. Capybara kangaroo hybrid? And the baby keeps this little guy from just sitting in the feed bucket. Look at these two looking at each other. But the baby will probably grab him. Yeah, look. That's it for now, you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. In the next video, we actually get another baby beaver from the flooding
Coconut
here
dog.
in Texas. But we're a month in the future now, and I have these cringe baby foxes and all of these other cringe creatures. Oh, but I can't show you that yet. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. Is that Big Ounce?
Bring him back. Fuck. No. It's not fair. Did a slap a capybara's ass challenge? Very pog. I mean, what happened to Big Ounce? He died. I miss him. I miss his yahoos. Can I do... miss him so much. It's not fucking fair. Oops.
Sure.
That's him greeting you.
Does he scratch or bite or etc.?
No, he won't bite or scratch. He's a sweetheart. Big Ounce boy. Oh, that was that was his little greeting. One small step for Big Ounce, one giant leap for capybara.
Oh, when the cappies were babies.
Just open this thing up. This is his morning greeting noise. Him kissing me with an open mouth is his way of socializing. To everyone who showed up, I really appreciate you guys coming to Big Ounce's funeral. He's now gone. We really love him. I went ahead and buried him. Oh, and by the way, now we're out of citrus, so we're going to need to get some more. If you guys could send us some in the mail, that'd be awesome. And today I'm going to show you Big Ounce's Yahoo. Look at this little man. He's about to do...
Oh yeah.
He's gonna do it.
That's the other thing. So, Big Ounce died like a million times doing various things, right? And then on the day he actually died, it, you know, every other day until he actually died, yeah.
He's gonna do it.
I refuse to believe it.
Just running amok on our property. So this heat is even affecting.
And he also ate a bunch of animals. He ate a shark once.
The only thing it killed was one of our 20 unnamed roosters, Biggerton Ouncerton III, and his new wife, who he loves. Yeah. As I said in our Prairie Dog Creature feature, they make this little noise whenever they're very, very happy or joyful or...
Been dead in a lot of titles, yeah. In the Line of Duty, he's an American hero, true.
Did you miss having friends, Big Ounce? Big Ounce fell in...
Oh yeah, Andy had a wife at one point.
I now have this
He died
fan set
again.
up that keeps him cool all day. Look at these little babies. As it turns out, they are in fact all friendly.
Andy
They all
had a
like to
tumor.
sing. But look at this, you guys. They got little holes that they dug. They made little holes with multiple little entry and exit ways. Big Ounce sits at the top and protects them. The cringe is still just a little bit too cringe for my liking. I'm gonna fix their water too. Oh, morning. Good morning. This little guy over here is cheering as well. I can already tell Big Ounce is just so much happier. Biggerton Ouncerton. He chewed out of the wood and get on over here. I'm picking you up, you little dingus. Why would you do that? The Ouncertons have created their own little commune here. And that's how they communicate to each other. But they have a root system and a little tunnel system. Oh, you see that? Just see their heads pop up every now and then and go, woof woof. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Big Ounce and his wife would never bite me. Oh, is that oh, good morning. Here, take this. It's dangerous to go alone. Whoa, guys, what an epic... Whoa, what an epic video for you guys today. My adorable Biggerton Ouncerton the fifth. Ah, look at this little man. And give me another yell. Give me another adorable baby, beautiful boy. Yell, you cringe. Yeah.
I miss him. Fuck. Not fair. Where were we? Alright, we can skip one and go right to cloning Big Ounce. Or continue. Coyote Pup eats 200 pounds of cement.
What the Sigma? Doesn't know when to quit. Look at that guard. Here we're gonna try and plant some of those. We've eaten the McChicken pho today. So I might plant some more in there. That's what Boo Boo will look like. I have 2 baby vultures in my garage. This one does not like me one bit. All right, everybody, we got another beaver for our little friend. Met another wildlife rehabber who had a baby beaver, and he does not specialize in them. He doesn't really have the facility. The crawfish literally live underground in these fields here in Texas. But these are axis deer, or also called chital deer. They're invasive here in Texas, and this is what they all look like. All of the males only have 3 points on their head. If we're lucky, that's what Boo Boo will look like when he gets older. But he's doing great work over here in way East Texas. And he said he's been getting a few beavers because of all the dang floods that they have out here. So now our little baby won't be a single
Big Ounce the Aki way. Don't forget the Bev.
Beaver that had
what?
The arrow wound up at another rehabber's place up in Dallas. This little guy is a little bit older. He's already about weaning age, but he still needs to be on milk for a little bit. And these guys also gave me a ton of pickerel plants for our pond because they saw our videos about the pond.
On the operation with the YouTube, yeah.
Algae I have in there. We've eaten the McChicken.
Pretty much.
We've been nibbling on a flea pho today. We're here on the side of the road, and there's a marsh here, and this willow's growing in here. This is a
some brain rot.
Gotcha. These beavers to eat. I didn't kill the trees, you guys. I just took a bunch of branches, and these were given to me by the beaver rehabber. I also got these little sapling pine trees here. We're gonna try and plant some of those. But look at this precious little baby. Here, take him quick. And these could also be food for that adorable little creature. And with these 3 beautiful native flowers, this is my East Texas Hall. Pretty nice, huh, guys? But in like 40 years, those trees will look like this. And we don't have any cool, tall trees in Waco, so hopefully they'll actually grow. Beaver eating the apple pho today. And as you guys can see, this
the little crunchies
eating some solid foods, unlike that other little baby that we have. So this guy should be able to teach that little guy how to eat. Look at this precious little fella eating an apple. Good heavens, I adore this animal. But we have a bunch of different little options for this little fella to eat on this car ride home. He has not been given any beaver milk replacer yet, so that's the biggest priority, is getting him home so we can get him on there. He is still too young to be completely weaned. But oh my goodness, look at him. This creature is perfect. All right, everybody, we brought this guy back because the other rehabbers did not have this beaver formula. And according to my IWRC handbook, this little fella definitely needs to be eating a little bit more. But he is 2 pounds and 5 ounces. I'm gonna go ahead and do the math. Also, I got my little beaver shirt.
They so
on,
fuzzy.
I bought this a while ago.
Cute.
Thinking, oh man, I really hope we get the chance to use this. And luckily, there were 2 orphan beavers in Texas nearby from the people we know.
He's smiling.
This never happens, you guys. Usually, we have to give these guys away to another beaver rehabber that has them. And now we have 2. Oh, come on, no, sit up. Sit up, buddy. They do be laying on their sides when they're nursing with their mama in the log. So this footage was from a month ago. There's a lot of different methods to bottle feeding these guys. Some rehabbers don't even use any nipples at all. Now they're actually on a bottle. This little guy's drinking from a big bottle. Best case scenario is he starts pulling it himself, so I don't have to actually push on the syringe at all. I'm trying out all the different nipples right now. See if this one works better. Yeah, there we go. So now I'm trying it without any nipple at all because I've seen a lot of beaver rehabbers do this. And when they're smaller, this works just as well, if not potentially a little bit better, but it is a bit more messy. And later I'll show you guys the best method that our beaver rehabber friend taught us. All right, now I'm just gonna go ahead and clean off his little face. Okay, easy, easy.
Aww.
But all right, everybody, I'm putting him in here so he can take a poo.
Hell yeah, the poo bucket.
Look at this big, beautiful creature. All right, everybody, this little fella's doing a lot better now, and now he's making his cute little beaver noises, so we know he's healthy. Oh. And I've said this before, but it's okay to love on a baby beaver because they get that from their mother for the first 2 years of their life before they go out to be on their own. But all right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this little fella up.
Gotta go have fun with the beavers. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by.
And we're going to get a setup for
have a good one.
He's not going to be able to be in here because we got too many other little creatures. We can't have him inside with the kitty. I'm going to have to eat the kid. All right, everybody, it's a lot later in the evening, and I'm still giving this guy his milk replacer. Almost done. All right, everybody, I just fed this little fella at his feeding station. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop him in here in the wall. Here, this little fella can go to the bathroom, and he can leave here whenever he wants. And obviously, if he wants to, he can just go ahead and climb right out through there, because I cut a little hole in it. But this little guy can come in here and pee and poop whenever he wants. He can get dry right here. I put some cord grass plus all of their diet. And obviously here, he can drink and pee and poop whenever he wants. And he's relatively close to me, so if I hear him crying or whimpering or being cringe, I can come over and give him some comfort because this is a baby, you guys. And these guys stay with their mothers for the first 2 years of their lives. So obviously if this little guy is crying or needs to get warm or needs to get dry, I can just come over here and help. But all right, everybody, this boy had plenty of food and water. He's got his little stuffed animal, his hide, all of his water, infinite food for him to start learning to wean on, and lots of little towels in here. Oh, he just went into his little pool by himself. And this was a month ago, and even now, a month later, this pond is still full, and we've been getting tons of flooding here in Waco. And if you guys remember, this was always the first pond to dry up. And now this goose is finally friendly enough to eat in front of me. Wow, look at that, you guys. She's friendly now. All right, everybody, this beaver's long journey to rehabilitation is finally almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this little fella, and we're gonna take him right up to the beaver rehabber up north, where they do an amazing job of these older beavers, and hopefully we can get some tips on how to take care of these younger ones we have. But before we give this little man away, I'm gonna check out his wound one last time. Look at that, no scars at all. All Things Wild did an amazing job of taking care of this little guy. If you guys want to go ahead and support them, we have a link for them in the description. And the closest specialized beaver rehabber is 2 hours away. So I packed this bad boy up with some food, but I'm gonna let this guy swim one last time on the pond before we go. But it's a beautiful overcast day at the Urban Rescue Branch, and Homelander somehow jumped over that fence. So now Homelander lives in here with these little creatures. Also, the plants I put in here are actually taking root, so I might plant some more in there. Now that the water's nice and clear here, we don't really have any domestic mammals in the pond. I'm gonna go ahead and fence off the cappies so that they don't bother this little fella for his last swim here. Garbanzo Beans is being a horrible person per usual, and the cappies are hanging out way back there, so I'm gonna go ahead and lock them in there. We planted these nice pickerel plants that the rehabbers from East Texas gave me, and they're all actually thriving. Look at that, you guys. Those are the drum that we caught in the last couple videos. Big, beautiful fish that now live here comfortably in this pond. But there he is, everybody, enjoying our nice, beautiful pond here.
Man, I'm hungry.
Which stock the pond guy and Aquascape gave us. But look at this precious little boy enjoying his little pond. For some reason, he always loved hanging out by this log. And with a little bit of work, we should be able to fence this all off and use this for those little baby beavers as they learn to swim and grow up. Lord willing, those little creatures survive. And that little one was in critical condition, but because we gave him dextrose and
Can I imagine the expense of maintaining and caring for these
and
animals?
this is the little guy a month later.
It is quite expensive.
Facility. You can see the size comparison of these two fellas pretty well here. It's good that they have each other. I will say, you guys, because this one is so small, there is a concern that he may not have gotten his colostrum and therefore won't be able to digest wood, which will be a problem later on. But this should be an excellent place for those precious little beavers to learn how to grow up. And a great place for this little fella to eat all my umbrella grass. Get out of here, Garbanzo Beans. This boy just doesn't know when to quit. Look at that beautiful beaver swimming around in this crystal clear water. And the best thing is the woman that we're bringing this beaver to actually has a much bigger pond than this, with other beavers that are about his age. That's why we aren't going to keep this little guy around here, even though it would be beneficial for him to teach those little guys how to be beavers. I think this little guy is going to be A-okay in the wild. But I'm going to go ahead and grab him, bring him up to Furry Friends, I think it's called. But that sure is a happy little beaver. Trying to convince this little fella to let me catch him. But oh, look at that gar, you guys. Wow. But all right, everybody, this little guy is sleeping. You can see his little tail. But I just gave him some willow branches and this little treat. Hey, and I'll show you a little treat if you don't like this video. All right, everybody, after only 2 hours, I'm almost at this beaver sanctuary. Really cool to work with them, and that way we don't have to drive 2 hours every time we get a dang beaver. Average Texas homestead. Sure is nice to be a Texan. Where did you get the tub at?
This got donated from the Dallas Zoo.
That's really cool. No matter how much water you give these beavers, it's always going to turn brown.
Yeah, just ask
so
for
it's great
donations.
to be able to flush it out. That's why this drain is here specifically
Much like
for
streamers.
easy water
Speaking of,
changes on a regular basis. We also had
I need my new yacht.
nicest pre-release raccoon enclosures that I've
Chop,
ever
chop.
seen. This could also be for ringtails, possums, and a lot of other species, but I took a video so we could copy it. She also had one of the most natural looking pre-release enclosures for fawns that I've ever seen. And this is really cool. This is a pre-release enclosure for yearling beavers. And bear in mind, the purpose of this enclosure is to simulate the environment for a yearling beaver so they can go back to the wild. And the beavers that are in here didn't even let us
Yeah, we
look
need
at
the
them, which
house.
means that
It's got, like,
Tara's doing an
8
amazing job of
bedrooms.
rehabbing them.
No garage.
Drag 'em out.
And because they regularly have to drain the water, she said she strongly recommends we use 6 or 8-inch pipe for our setup. They also have a sanctuary for little mini horses that people don't
Cool
want
dog.
anymore, like this little creature. And there's also a bunch of little mini donkeys here frolicking around too.
Look at
They
them.
have over 100 acres here with a couple large lakes where some of the beavers will get released. And the footage I took doesn't do it much justice, but these beavers basically created 2 other lakes down the hill from here by draining this main lake. This is the only species that has the ability to just completely change and mold ecosystems. Go straight down, you can see where they're constantly moving back and forth. That's so cool. So it used to be in here, and then they built their own lodge right here. Even the beavers on her property act like beavers in the wild. This is what their yearling setup looks like from the outside, and I was thinking we could maybe tweak the marsh bird enclosure to look like this. This is Pablo, but bigger. And now he finally has a friend. Oh, they're friends already. And then she gave me a ton of great advice on how to raise the babies. But okay, guys, it's a month in the future now. This little guy still poops in my bathtub. The other little baby
too.
is still at my mentor's place. Is this big ounce? We just keep getting floods here in Waco, Texas. I'm getting a lot more animals. I have 2 baby vultures in my garage. Like 60
Yeah, exactly.
to 80
That's what it's for.
possums that I still
Like,
need to
hello?
release. Pumpkins have completely taken over our quarantine enclosure.
Why else would you be able to, like,
now nice and
hold the
clean.
water
Still
in,
has
you
a
know?
bunch of squirrels,
You can,
possums, doves, and other creatures in here. And these precious baby foxes, which we finally moved into this
Plug the drain.
larger
I couldn't remember the word.
enclosure. This one does not like me
He's
one
pissed.
bit. Plus, we have an infinite supply of owls and hawks, and it just never stops here. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching these videos. I'm gonna try really hard to edit all the footage I have in my camera roll over the last month to make some videos for you guys. But I like giving
Let's
you guys
go.
updates of what's happening in real time here at the ranch. But I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you.
Cute. Alright. I'm going to take a break. Put on a weeb shit, I guess. Or something. Probably make food because I'm also hungry. And then, I don't know. It's up to you guys. If you want to keep watching these, we can watch that. It's already been fucking almost 2 hours. That's sick. Or I can play RuneScape. What to put on though? This one, I guess. Yeah. Run an ad? Yeah, feel free. You can do like a minute or 2. I don't know. I'll probably be gone for at least 5, so could even do that. But thank you guys for hanging out so far. Like I said, I'm just gonna make food and piss and stuff. So I'll be back. Appreciate you. 3 is max. Oh, maybe you can only do 5 if you're like actually set it in the thing. Yeah. Thank you guys again. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. As soon as I walked out of my room, my mom needed me to read something. So. Listen to the song then heading home. I assume that was a little while ago, so drive safe. If you're still here. Head home now? Perfect. Drive safe. Thank you for stopping by if I don't see you. Etc, etc. Love you. Kiss, kiss. Onegai. Alright, let's see. I'll pretend I didn't read that. I think I've missed quite a few videos of this guy. You were lying? Oh, no, no, no. Me and Mald come in a pair, so can't have one without the other. Something, something, spider warning, something, something. If you don't like them, look away. 3, 2, whatever comes after that. Oh, he has. These are my favorites. And frog. Okay, then you turn on the setting to see crabs. Alright. How's that? I love these little guys. They're dwarf tarantulas and they got hearts on their bum.
Hello guys, welcome
Hey.
back to the Beastie Room. Now we're going to have a little rehouse today. We have literally just, well, this week we just come back. We are still feeling the worn out feeling from the BTS, the British Tarantula Society show, which was back this last Sunday. And yeah, what an amazing show.
I'm going to put this one on times 2.
And we'll have a chat about that in a minute. But today, what we're going to do, we are going to have a rehousing of a little tiny spider, a very small spider that really is just too cute to not have its own video. And that is the Seriocosmus elegans, or the love heart butt. What name? A love heart butt. Now, this spider comes from Venezuela, Tobago, and it's a New World terrestrial spider. And fully grown, it is only reaching around about 1.5 inches. If you get one at 2 inches, it is an absolute monster. You know, it's huge. So they don't get.
Yeah, they're very tiny.
Now,
they're so cute.
They're a New World spider, New World tarantula, and they grow incredibly fast. Although they start their life very, very small. In actual fact, I have got some that are in sling pots. I will get them off the shelf while we're doing this, and we will have a look at one of them as well, because it is well worth mentioning. They grow very, very quickly, and they can be adult within a year. So they can be sexually mature within a year. So
Technically, they're not spiders, they're tarantulas.
So what we've got here, we've got a nice little
they're not true spiders.
glass tank here, and as you guys know, I do really like the glass tanks, and these are no exception. They really are cool. I do love them. I think they're really, really nice. Now, yeah, we've got ventilation in the back. For these, a lift off.
The only reason I don't have one of these is because I'm too afraid of Nuggy jumping on wherever I decide to put him and knocking it over.
Little bit less waffle, as Camera Lady was saying, a bit more action.
And or killing him.
Put our soil in. Now, these are a terrestrial spider, and they're also a fossorial spider. So we all know fossorial.
Yeah, I have no fucking space.
So we are going to put a healthy amount of soil in here. That's going to be plenty. And it's a very small spider, guys. It's very small. Oh, what the hell? Stop the expense. Look at that. We'll throw a lot in. So then we're going to have half of this.
I could technically clear out my Nendos and stuff
We're going to try and keep this so it's as nice and natural as possible.
and put them in the closet.
So we've got some really nice bark here that we've collected up. And as you can see, it's bone dry. Really, really dry. And we can place this in here. So I think we might just have a little bit of put it up on edge slightly. And then we've got some more here. And I think what we'll do is we'll try and create it so it's almost like a bit of a log pile sort of thing. As if it had all fallen down in the wild. We can have a little bit of so-and-so there. Put that in there. And we've got a nice little bit of moss here as well. So we can...
Hell yeah, I love moss.
Corner, which will look really nice. Now these guys, they do like it quite on the dry side, so they don't need a lot in the way of damp substrate. Now many of our fossorial spiders like a little bit of dampness in the substrate. These guys are quite happy to have it a bit on the dry side, although there is a good moisture content. We're going to put a little hole just there. That's for our spider to disappear down to, should it wish to. Pardon?
A starter burrow.
A starter burrow, yes, that's quite right. And then we are going to put our water bowl. We're not going to use that one. We are going to go with one of these. We're going to use one of these little water bowls. Only because these look quite natural. And it's only small as well, so small spider, small home, although it is palatial. We like that word today, palatial. Right, we're going to get our water. We're going to turn that in there like so. And we can have a little bit of water down in there, just to give it in that corner. And then what we'll do is we'll put a little bit over here on the moss. And you can probably see, that the moisture just coming through here. So we're not looking at getting a huge amount. Yeah, you can just see that coming through. And that is what we're going to use as our guide. So we can see the colour of this. It's a nice even brown, and it's got just enough moisture content in there for it to be good. And how we do this, how we get to achieve this, with this is a mixture of potting compost. We use
chew.
Up dry and is enough compost. You have it on a male. So if anyone out there has got a male, can't remove them. We was going to move her on straight away, but every time I see her, I just fall in love with her. So I thought, right, we are going to keep this one, and we're going to try and breed this. We've not bred these before, and they're such a sweet little spider. I can't wait to find a male. So all we've got to do now is try and find a male. So if anyone out there has got a male, we need him. Here she is. Right, can you see that camera lady? Can I get her to come out? There she is. Oh, look at that. Now, these aren't an aggressive spider. They're a little bit skittish. There we go.
Cute.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Well, I think what we'll do is we'll get her to go into the thing so it's going to be easy for you guys to see her.
Don't make her go down the hole.
I'll try not to. If you come in the front here, then we will see if we can't. No, you don't want to go in there, do you?
Spiders get out. I mean, if they're New World,
look at that.
It's not really that big of a deal.
Beautiful.
However, if an Old World gets out, you better find that shit.
Isn't that just a lovely, lovely spider?
Lickety split.
Now she is getting on for a good inch and a half, I should think. Yeah, I'll trusty take me.
Look at the bum.
Yeah, she's an inch and a half curled up. So I reckon she's probably 1 3/4 if she was actually out and having a walk. What we're going to do, we're going to turn her around. Actually, I'll get a light first, because you've really got to see this spider to appreciate just how beautiful it really is. I know I say it about a lot of spiders, but these really are nice. Look, look at that. Yeah. And you can see where they get their name, the love heart. That is a perfect heart on its abdomen. Got a really beautiful gold carapace. For such a small spider, this thing is just amazing. And I wouldn't mind betting, in terms of something that's really, really pretty, these guys, I do think, give the Celedonia a run for their money. Same sort of size spider, but so beautiful. See if we can just get her to move a little bit.
No, leave him alone.
There we go. Look at that. Isn't that just lovely? And that perfect heart on the abdomen. So this is going to make a really, really interesting breeding project.
A little droplet.
They're not much bigger than about 2 millimeters, so they're very, very small. And can be quite difficult to rear purely because of their size. While you're looking at that, I will find you a sling so you can get a comparison of how these guys really are. What I'm going to do, see if we can't find one. As I say, they are so small. Right, this might be a bit of fun trying to get this on camera. Isn't that just wonderful?
She's very pretty.
Now then, these guys have actually been grown on just a little bit. They are actually smaller than this when they start. Well, I don't know if you can see in there. Can you see that little guy there?
Give me a moment to... I'm going too fast. Dave, keep on. So can you keep it still for me?
Hold on, I'm going to get the spider. There we go, see him?
Just keep him still, we're good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now that little guy there, there you go, he's just disappeared down his little hole. You would never ever know that was there. That is so tiny. And as you can see from that, even at this age, these guys are showing that fossorial tendency. This one's already buried, he's gone. But I think you get the gist. I think you get to see, you saw just how small that is. Now, bearing in mind, that is probably around about 4 millimeters. So that's grown a little bit already. That's
brown
really
spiders here that are so annoying. We had to get bitten.
Here, they are just so small.
Like brown recluses?
Even as adults.
Like true spiders? Or...
So we can get it to move out. Probably going to just get it to come up. See if we can get it to come on here. There we go, look at that.
Or just like regular house spiders.
Just wonderful. I don't think her butt's going to fit down in that gap, is it?
Yeah, recluses will fuck your day up.
And she's gone. Now, if we go to the side, we can see that there was a gap there, and she's found it, and she's gone in there.
We can see her spin rays.
Yeah. So nice.
Lovely.
Right. So we will keep an eye on that, and hopefully, if we can find a male, if anyone's got one, please give us a shout. We'd love to purchase it from you, and yeah, we can see if we can't.
What else we got?
I think it would make a lovely. So back of our breedings, we're going to just basically talk about the show and what's going to.
Okay. Oh shit. Oh, it has a wandering spider too. Funnel webs. Creepy motherfuckers. Scorpion. Frog. Those ones are fugging. Oh, these things.
And then what they do is they closures. Let's be honest, they are boring enclosures. It is literally a pot of sand.
I'm sure you've seen these before.
Even if we was to give them a fancy enclosure,
and it's crazy how venomous they are.
In the and
but
literally, I mean, this one, and as you can see there, he's completely covered up. And what they rely on is for prey to come to them. And they literally, I mean, this one here, he's sort of like.
Look how dumb.
And you can tell which way they're facing by the angle of the leg. So if we look here,
I can't see you. Therefore,
so this spider is facing that way.
You can't see me.
Yeah, so you can see it. The same with this one. You notice how the legs are angled around? So they are actually pointing in the direction that the spider is facing. Many people think they're facing the other way, but they're not. They're actually facing this way. And these legs here, these are what they're going to grab their prey with. And so what they do is they literally sit like this, and they can sit like this for weeks or months at a time. And one of the problems of keeping these in captivity is overfeeding them. We give them far too much. So really, the care of these guys, you could almost class as abuse compared to other spiders that we keep in the hobby.
Saw a couple spiders in the bathroom. It's unfair to hide where we're butt naked with our guards down. True.
So you know, with us here in the beastie room, we let our
but also at the same time,
so when they're out and about, we see them on the move.
They're also butt naked.
Away, we don't bother feeding them. So we
you know,
to tell us when they're hungry, and this works out really, really well.
And you're kind of walking in on them.
Go for 4 to 6 weeks without food, and then it'll come out and start hunting for food again. We'll feed it.
Granted, not their house, but
then it might just disappear again for another 4 or 6 weeks. So it's all dependent. They're all individuals, and they all have a different rate in which they digest their food, even down to species. Some species are really hungry all the time. Other species, like these guys, we probably feed these on average maybe 3 or 4 times a year. You know, if we're feeding them more than that, it's quite unusual. And what we tend to do is we feed them quite small items as well. So by giving them smaller items, it means that we can feed a little bit more often. But we don't want to be overdoing it. And we will see. I mean, these guys have got their abdomens covered up at the moment. But we've got some little roaches here, and we will put them in, and we will see what they do. Now, one of the things that excites people with these spiders is the reputation they have for having a really, really serious venom. And there has been, you know, many people think that these spiders should be on the DWA, which is the Dangerous Wild Animals License. As they stand at the moment, they are not. So we can legally keep them within the hobby. That being said, I wouldn't say they're a spider for an absolute beginner. They are insanely fast, very, very fast. And the venom that's delivered by these spiders is very, very similar to rattlesnake venom. And what it does is it actually kills our red blood cells. So it literally destroys them.
Bonker.
Also, there's a part of the venom which also makes us bleed. So we bleed profusely when we're bitten with this particular venom, when we're attacked by this particular venom, which is something that we get with rattlesnakes a lot. A lot of rattlesnakes carry this, and they've also got a necrotic element to them as well. Now, from what we can find out, what we understand, there's only actually been 2 cases that have been documented from sand spider bites, and one of those apparently pretty much bled to death. And we think, or the literature is stating that is probably a secondary thing. So this is what we're saying: it's killing all them red blood cells, it's making us bleed, and they couldn't stop it. And that particular person was said to have died. And the other case that we found was someone where they lost an arm, and that was down to the fact that the necrosis in the venom actually eats the flesh. These guys, the closest relative to these guys is the oh, it's gone clean out of my head. Now the recluses. God, it almost went clean from my head then. The recluses. Now, if any of you guys have sort of researched some of these spiders, you'll find that the recluses, again, they're a small spider, very, very small spider, but they have very potent venom. And there's plenty of cases within America of people being bitten by brown recluses and what have you, and they give a nasty, nasty bite, and they often end up with a necrosis in the wound, which is where we tend to suffer as humans. So although we may not die, we might lose a finger or a piece of our finger or something like that. It's not dealt with very quickly. So these guys have been accredited with possibly the worst venom in the spider world. How that is entirely worked out, I'm not 100% sure, because there just isn't really that much information on them. We can compare them to things like the Brazilian wandering spider and stuff like that. Them spiders have actually got antivenoms for their bites. These guys have no antivenom whatsoever. Now, one of the things I found through looking after these guys is they are very, very reluctant to actually defend themselves. So what they want to do is they just want to run away and they want to hide. But they're very, very reluctant to do anything else. So what we're going to do now, we're going to pop a cricket in. We'll do one at a time, and hopefully you will get to see the speed that these little guys move. They are very, very fast. Now, you might be sort of sitting there thinking to yourself, it's a bit crazy. We've got 2 of them open here. They could just tear out and disappear. They really struggle to climb on this plastic. So we're quite safe. They're quite good. Also, you know, if we were to get a runner on the desk, we can deal with it. It's not a big problem. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to try a little red runner here. We'll pop him in over here. See whether that gains any interest from our spider. Ooh.
Oh, get him.
He missed him. Would you believe it? And as you can see, this one's actually got a fairly good sized abdomen. That's a nice sized abdomen. Here he goes.
Get his ass. Huh?
Now, that's got to be the most pathetic takedown we have seen from a spider in a very long time. That was pathetic. Now, one thing you will see there is how quickly the roach is subdued by the venom. And what we can do now as well is while he's busy doing that, we can clean up the remains from some of his previous meals. You notice he's not interested in anything as long as he's got that food. You can get a lovely good close-up look at him now. They really are a very, very interesting spider. Now, they're called the six-eyed sand spider because they have two sets of 3 eyes. Once or twice a year, all dependent on what comes along. Now, these are all
ugly.
There you go, look at that.
So
Yeah, you see a little bit of colour there. Very, very cool. So I turn him around a bit.
All right.
Probably going to move himself.
It's time to play video game. That much poison if they'll never kill anything bigger than a rat? I don't know. Good question, actually. Boop. Music on first. And then change everything over. You know, let's listen to jams actually. Ah, shit. Yeah, whatever. Put this on first. Wah, wah. I think this is all set up on the UbiTubi side of things. Because I just had it all set as RuneScape from the beginning. Why is this minimized? I don't know why this opens minimized sometimes. Oh, it's the same message. I don't know why, like, I've been complaining about this, but 7TV emotes take, like, forever to load. So I didn't see the hmj. But I do know, I mean, it makes sense, but when I started learning about spiders, of like, 4 years ago, whatever it was, I was blown away to find out, like, every spider has venom. Jumping spiders, everything. But I was like, oh wait, that makes a bunch of sense. Spotify isn't coming through on a thing, right? No, okay, good. Stream the poisonous frogos, aren't poisonous on their own, they eat poisonous and save poisonous pocket and then release it. Yep. It's kind of like how, there's something else, but also like Komodo dragons. They're venomous, but only because of all the bacteria from the shit they eat. Oh yeah, I don't even use this fella. Wrong. Wrong one. There we go. Show stats. Here you go.